Are you looking for strategies on how to manipulate, be a good influence on your friends and family as the end of the world approaches? Well, you've come to the right place as we take a look at the August 1989 episode of Fire by Nite, Crowd Control. This fire starts now.
Now, I believe Satan has targeted this last day's generation. You have a destiny in life, and Satan knows God wants to use you.
Hello, and welcome back to This Fire, the only podcast brave enough to take a look back at every episode of Fire by Nite as we explore the Satanic Panic of the 80s, 90s, and today, I am, as always, your host, Steve, and as always, sitting across from me is my brother from the very same mother, Alec. Alex, say hi.
Hi, how are you?
How you doing, brother man?
I'm doing all right. I'm a little tired.
A little tired? Why are you tired?
I stayed up pretty late playing Pokopia.
Ooh, Pokopia. It's weighing on you.
And then I looked at the clock. It was 2:00 in the morning. I was like, oh, no.
2:00 in the morning before a recording day playing Pokopia. Very wise choices. Well, that's okay.
It's why I watched the episode early.
Oh, I was up until 2 a.m. working on my notes for this episode, doing the job, Alec.
Took notes.
Listen, I hate to break it to you though.
Yeah.
This is the end of this fire. Just as
quickly.
No, what? You're not supposed to have that reaction. What the heck is this? No. So I posted our last episode on Reddit. To promo it, right? Our episode about spiritual warfare, right?
Okay.
And we talked about the Jericho March. We talked about claiming powers and principalities, trying to march and take control of these demonic forces that are influencing our lives today as Americans.
Yes, sir.
And somebody under there made a comment. Mediocrities said, all these wrestling references and not one Chris Jericho joke. That's it.
I'm so sorry.
Pack it up. We f***ed up so bad. There was no Walls of Jericho joke. There was no joke about Jericho's wife being at January 6th.
You know,
we failed you.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes the road not taken is better, and sometimes easy fruit to grab are just. No. If it's on the ground, it's not worth it. Sometimes, all right.
I just feel so deflated that we missed. That's a trick that just it should not have been missed. We're so sorry, and we. Oh my God. You know what? We'll try to do better in the future. This is going to be our YouTube apology. And it's like, we messed up. And, nobody's perfect. I never set out to be a role model, but we'll try to do better in the future. And I'm trying to take accountability. And yeah, so that's my Apple Notes apology that I've written for us to read on YouTube.
Yay.
All right. But
well, I'm sorry.
We're sorry. All right. Well, if we're going to continue this podcast, at least we should have some order to the proceedings. Penance. Here's our penance. Why don't we open up the old mailbag? I still don't have a sound. That's our mailbag opening up. I tried to.
Mail. Wow.
I knocked off the weight here from my podcast mic stand by doing that. I tried to pull your quote from the last episode where you're like, wow, got mail, but unfortunately, like a jackass, I was talking over it, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. And
we got mail.
There you go. Give us another clue.
We got mail.
One more.
Wow, we got mail.
No, bring it back down.
Wow, we got mail.
Split the difference.
Wow, we got mail.
There you go. All right, perfect. First up, we got Philip from North Carolina. How's it going, Philip? What's up? I can't believe that there are two brothers out there who are crazy enough to make a show like this, but it is endlessly entertaining for me. I'm probably listening to 2 or 3 episodes a day, and I will be so sad when I catch up. You just choked on your drink. What? You can't imagine somebody listening to 6 hours of the two of us in any given day?
I haven't even listened to 1 hour.
Oh, you're such a piece of trash. You trash.
Well, thank you.
I'm about Steve's age, and I grew up in the church, even attending some Acquire the Fire events.
Ooh.
So all this really hits home. I just wanted to send some encouragement because I don't even see that you're monetizing this, but it really is brightening my day. Thanks for putting this out there, and I'm going to keep listening. I'm busy as hell with 2 kids, 2 and under. Oh, Philip, we feel you. We feel for you in the trenches there. So I'm sending this from my office bathroom. Also, feel you there. I wish I had time to make it more special and well-written. Cheers, fellas. Dude, that was special and well-written. Are you kidding me? That's where I listen, I was right there in the trenches with you not too long ago. I've got an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old, and Uncle Alec here is Uncle Alec here is the Funkle. So we've both been dealing with toddlers. You don't like that?
Oh, you know what that means,
you
though?
Don't like
instead of Unk, then I'm just fun.
No, but that's
no, I'd be Funk.
You'd be Funk. You could be Funk.
Well, it's not. You know what?
A-Funk.
I'm Funk.
A-Funk.
A-Funk.
You could be A-Funk. Yeah, okay. We'll workshop that one once we get the boy home. Then we received another email from our old friend Hugh. What's up? Hey, guys. I emailed a while back about doing some Fire by Night tourism this summer. I'm going to make a stop in the Tulsa Broken Arrow area for 3 to 4 hours in early July, so the trip will be happening. We've inspired the trip, the big trip here. So far, I've been able to find the location of the old theater that's in the opening credits, which is no longer a theater and doesn't really look the same anymore. The building behind Papa Collins when he picks up the random payphone in the Family First opening. It's in downtown Tulsa.
Oh.
And perhaps most intriguing, one of the suburban streets that they use during transitions between scenes in Family First. For that one, I was going back through episodes where I found a street sign for a South Beach Avenue in the Spiritual Warfare episode, which I actually noticed. I was trying to find that on Google Maps. I was trying to do the little needle drop. But he says,
I like a street called South Beach Avenue in
Ave.
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Well, he says, going off Google Maps, it looks like they got a lot of those neighborhood shots and some home exteriors from that area in Broken Arrow. If I got stopped by the neighborhood watch while exploring, I'll just ask if they may kindly point me in the direction of the Collins house. Only be in the area for a short time. What's up?
He should try to go to that amusement park.
You were talking about Silver Dollar City?
Yeah, isn't that in Broken Arrow?
No.
I thought that was in the area.
That's I think it was like 4 or 5 hours away.
Oh,
so, but if he's
on the way,
and maybe he's on the way, he could stop at Silver Dollar City. He's only going to be there for a short time. But if you found the locations in your research that you want me to check out, I know it's been 35 years since the heyday of the show. The locations that are bound to look quite different today. For example, I don't expect to find the Pizza Hut in Circle K. That's what I was going to say.
I don't know.
I want to see the Pizza Hut that turned into a liquor store.
The Pizza Hut might be back.
Yeah. And
not the one you want.
No. And who knows the exact locations of the inner city gang rule scenes in the crowd control episode, or when Cheryl was stumbling around drunk and Don't Say Suicide. I've posted to the Reddits for Tulsa and Broken Arrow to see if anything can be ID'd. This is dedication. We're inspiring true dedication to the Fire by Night cause here. Hugh, we love this so much. He says, email me if it's convenient to converse and strategize. So we can come up off air with some additional thoughts, because we got.
Do we have an email?
We've got Hugh's email here.
Do we have an email?
Do we have an email?
Yeah.
Oh, do we have an email? Well, you can get to us. We should have said this before. Like, I'm getting so bad at the mailbag segments here. Maybe you should be mailbag guy.
Mailbag.
Wow. So
we got an email.
We got an email. If you want to send us a message, you can go to acquirethisfire.com, where we've got a contact form. Again, questions, comments, concerns, field trips, extracurriculars, anything you want to ask us. We're open. We're down to clowns. So that's, again, acquirethisfire.com is where you can reach out to us. And we got a big old show today. And
yeah, we do.
As was mentioned there, we have the gang rule scenes to take a look at in this crowd control episode. But before we get into any of that, why don't we do like we always do about this time and have a check-in with the forbidden fruit of secular pop culture as we see what was happening in the world in 1989. Get the fuck up, Batman! That's right. It's August of 1989, and Bat Fever is at a fever pitch. Man, I really botched that sentence. Batmania is at a fever pitch.
Well, it's all, Bat Fever?
Batmania is at a fever pitch. Bat Fever is at a mania pitch. As the number one song in the land on the American Top 40 was Prince's Bat Dance, the lead single from the Batman movie soundtrack.
Wait, that was the lead single?
Oh, yeah. No, that song's kind of a mess. It's crazy, right? Yeah.
How do you go from that to like
Batman? Elsewhere on the list, and this is I'm playing a little fast and loose here. Okay, this is the August 5th, 1989 list. I picked this one. Usually I try to pick from the end of the month so we can give ourselves like a full month to let the juices of any given month settle. But this is the beginning of the month, August 5th, because this was my birthday. This was my fourth. Oh,
happy birthday.
Thank you. On my fourth birthday, Prince's Bat Dance was the number one song in the land. And this was a Saturday morning, which I remember very vividly because I got nothing but Ghostbusters stuff. I got the Ghostbusters Firehouse. I got the Ghostbusters backpack. I got the Ghostbusters, like the Ecto one, the car. I got a bunch of the ghosts. Like it was Ghostbuster Mania.
Would that be the same?
It was Ghostbuster Mania.
Would that be the same day, or at least, or is that just around the same of that like video that we found of you doing?
That would have been Christmas that year.
That would have been Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I got all that stuff for my birthday that year, and then that was Saturday morning. So I watched Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters that morning, which segs us into our number 2 song on the American Top 40, Bobby Brown's On Our Own. So the Ghostbusters 2 was in theaters and inspiring the charts as well. So not just
feels
Batman,
like maybe that
Ghostbusters
song.
2.
I mean, I love Prince, but
yeah, no, On Our Own is a substantially better song. Love and Rocket's So Alive. Richard Marx, Right Here Waiting for You, which is actually the number one song for the rest of the month. So
so normal music.
If we're talking about normal music, you can listen to Richard Marx's Right Here Waiting.
Gotcha.
Martika's Toy Soldiers, Great White's Once Bitten, Twice Shy, Bon Jovi's Lay Your Hands on Me, Dino's I Like It, Paula Abdul's Cold Hearted, which we just actually saw the music for when we were doing our August 1989 warm up, our vibe check. And number 10, Simply Red's If You Don't Know Me By Now, rounding out the top 10 here. In terms of domestic box office, a little less new action at the box office this time. But we do have a few new releases. August 2nd, The Parenthood came out. That was our number one at the box office for us this month. Turner and Hooch, which was a holdover from July, but the very end of the month. That was the Tom Hanks and the dog movie, if you know what I'm talking about. They were like
more
cops.
like Turner and Pooch.
Yeah. When Harry Met Sally is hanging in there, it's number 3. Lethal Weapon 2. The Abyss was an August 1989 movie.
Have you ever seen the alternate ending of The Abyss?
I believe so.
Have you ever seen the scene on the beach when the wave is coming?
No, I don't fly.
So there's a scene.
I haven't seen The Abyss in probably 20, 25 years.
There's a scene on the beach where it's like, oh, everybody's running away or whatever, and the wave is coming or whatever. And you can see in the bottom left-hand corner as everybody's running, a guy runs up to him behind another guy, pantses him on camera, and then runs off.
And it
made it into one of the versions of the cut.
This doesn't feel accurate. The Abyss, the undersea James Cameron movie with the water tentacle.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to take your word for it. Number 6, Batman's hanging in there. Number 7, Uncle Buck, the John Candy classic. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And then A Nightmare on Elm Street, The Dream Child, which I believe was the 5th one. Not as good as the previous 2, in my opinion.
I like Dream Warriors.
Yeah, Dream Warriors is good. And then I like 4, The Dream Master, where it's like that girl that realizes that she has control of her dreams. So she's able to fight back. I like that one a lot. The kills in it, real nice. Number 10, Lock Up. I actually don't know what that is. So, in terms of video game news, there's actually an interesting one here. August 1989, Nintendo of America brought out Dragon Warrior. The American version of Dragon Quest, the first one. And it's actually kind of an interesting story because obviously that was a massively popular franchise and series in Japan.
Yeah.
But in America, they were just trying to introduce it and get kind of, kids in America acclimated to the whole JRPG thing.
I wonder what their what their reasoning behind changing the name slightly was.
I think it was a copyright thing. Like Dragon Quest was like a board game or something, so they had to change it to Dragon Warrior.
Because sometimes when they change names for stuff, it's like, oh, here's like, just sometimes Japanese titles are long and like kind of nonsense.
I think this
so they shorten them down.
I think this was purely like it ran into issues with copyright, just like in,
and then they bought out whoever did it, whoever had it,
or it lapsed. I mean, like that's in Europe. Star Fox was known as Lilat Wars because Star Fox was a copyrighted thing for some other purpose.
But not 64, right?
Yes, it was.
Oh, it was Lilat 64?
Lilat Wars 64.
Wow.
Yeah. So, okay. The interesting thing about Dragon Warrior, though,
what is this one now?
Dragon Warrior?
Or the new Star Fox.
I think it's just Star Fox. I think they got the rights to the name now.
Fun.
But with Dragon Warrior, they overprinted the cartridges, so there wasn't a huge demand for it at the time.
Sure.
So they ended up giving away most of the people that I knew that had it as kids got it as like the promotional item for a year's subscription to Nintendo Power.
This does sound familiar.
And then they would send you Dragon Warrior. Yeah, and then like so when I would play this over at my friend's house.
Why didn't you get one?
Because I didn't have a Nintendo.
Oh.
I didn't have an NES. Oh. I didn't get my first console until 92 when it was a Sega Genesis. I was a Sega kid. So
we all know how that turned out.
Yeah, well, rest in peace. In terms of world events, August 10th, the United States Army General Colin Powell became the first black chairman of the Joint Chiefs Staff after being nominated by President George H.W. Bush. Mm-hmm. So honored by George H.W. and then later debased himself by lying for George W. Bush. One Bush giveth, one Bush taketh away, I suppose. August 20th in Beverly Hills, California, Lyle and Eric Menendez shoot their wealthy parents to death in the family's den.
Allegedly.
No, they're convicted. They're in prison. There's no allegedly here, which of course becomes a big news story and trial over the course of the 90s when crime TV just becomes entertainment to people with the Menendezes and Lorena Bobbitt and the O.J. Simpson trial. Really, we were just getting into some real dark stuff over the course of the 90s.
Yeah.
And then August 23rd, the singing revolution, which we've talked about in the past, continues as 2 billion indigenous people in Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania join hands to demand freedom and independence from Soviet occupation, forming an uninterrupted 600-kilometer human chain called the Baltic Way. So, we're still kind of seeing the death throes of the Cold War here as the Soviet Russia and the USSR kind of loosens its grip.
The wall hasn't come down yet, has it?
Not yet.
No.
But you know what, Alec? Why don't we leave the world and its freebie Japanese RPGs and its murderous, bloodthirsty Nepo babies? Let's leave all that behind us as we focus on what's really important and prepare ourselves to stand up to peer pressure as we take a look at Fire By Nite's guide to crowd control.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Do you think Blaine would have visited the Menendez brothers if they had said they were born again Christians?
100%. Oh my God. Yes. No. They would have been like if they had said, and it was Satan that actually told us to kill our parents, and we want to just spread the word. Yeah. No. You'd have a Blaine Bartell interview with the Menendez brothers about how they're saved and all. Yes.
We could have gotten a second part.
110%.
Sean Sellers in one corner, the Menendez brothers in the other.
You're talking about maybe a celebrity boxing style situation where
only in this case they all have knives.
The Menendez brothers takes on Sean Sellers and Satan. So if you recall last month, we sort of took a break from some of the traditional Fire By Nite conventions. There was no cold opening. There was no What's Hot. Resident comedy duo John and Vicky Joe Whitty, they were absent outside of Family First.
It was a serious episode.
It was all in service of turning the show into basically an hour-long infomercial for CCM rock band Petra's new youth group study curriculum and a new album On Fire, right? This month, however, we're back with a far more traditional episode of Fire By Nite, which includes a cold opening skit, which, listen, if someone were to tell you, get into your face and tell you, Fire By Nite's not art, well, let me tell you, brother, you show them this.
Oh, Jerry, I just love your stay, Betty. Yeah, looks great. Oh, brother, here's Mr. Lonely only shoulders. Hi, Tim.
Hi, Judy. When'd you get your buddy?
Yesterday. Like it?
I don't know. You know.
Look, Tim, I'm glad that I finally got it. I tell you, people really treat me differently now, and you are never going to be anything or do anything unless you get a study buddy.
So for those of you who are listening and can't see what we just saw, this is in one of the more avant-garde sketches we've seen on the show. We open with Vicky Joe Whitty playing Judy or Jenny or something. I think Judy,
I wasn't paying attention.
Meeting up with friends and debuting her new look, having just received her very own study buddy. Alec, can you entertain me for a moment and describe to me what a study buddy is in this case?
She's got an anime head on her shoulder.
Yes, it's like an anime mannequin head that has been grafted onto her shoulder.
So based on this skit that all the information that I had to go off of,
yes,
it is a head that you get grafted onto your body.
Yep.
And then it does the studying for you.
I believe you can Matrix style
it
load it up with
loads
cassette tapes.
And then they have like an electrical plug that goes into their noses, like almost like a Dune style thing.
Yes, very much so like Dune. Yep.
I guess that's the crux of it, right?
That's the crux of it.
The whole
it's
thing
feeding
is
you information. It's studying for you, right?
The whole thing is like, oh, she got peer pressured into getting this head on her shoulder or whatever. Mm-hmm. And
so yeah. That's the long and the short of it.
That's the long and the short of it.
Her geeky friend Tim pulls up in his VW Beetle.
He doesn't have a head on
played
his
by
shoulder.
John Whitty. He does not.
Other than his own.
And Judy chastises him. Well, even that's a debate here. And Judy chastises him for not getting his own study buddy. And Tim says that he's heard that the study buddies zap your brain cells. The surgery to have one attached is expensive and irreversible. And
it's
Judy
irreversible.
Irreversible.
Oh,
and Judy doesn't have time for that noise because she asks if he's taking her to the party tonight. Tim says that he can't because he's got to study for the big test tomorrow, which is where we learn the true purpose of the study buddy.
Right.
But if you had a study buddy, then you could just take the right data cassette and you would put it in and it would zap your whole brain with all the information that you need for every test. So I guess I'm just going to go to the party alone.
Well, Judy, it's not so much the idea of the extra head, it's the 110 brainwave nose converter.
Oh, it's cool, Tim. Like in the executive study buddy, they've got this converter and it converts the electricity to 220 for overseas travel.
Well, if it runs on electricity, why don't you just plug it into the wall?
Because everybody plugs it into their nose.
I like his black Fire By Nite shirt he's got on.
I was going to say, it looks sharp.
Big
It does.
long cord dragging them behind me everywhere. Oh, if you're not going to join the whole world and get a study buddy, then we're just not going to have that much in common, if you know what I mean.
So look, you get the point of the episode at this point.
They really thought they had something with this skit.
The world wants you to do things that are going to make you look foolish, but you shouldn't just go with the flow because God designed you to be an individual. And on that note, I'm Steve.
And I'm Alec.
And we'll see you later. Wait, hold on. What? Alec has informed me that there's still about 57 minutes left in this episode. So, so I guess we're doing another peer pressure episode here.
Don't be peer pressured by the world. Be peer pressured by us.
Yeah, there you go. So, from the people that brought you episode 1, peer pressure, it's episode 36,
electric
crowd
boogaloo.
control. And look, we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Because Christian pop culture, especially at the time, it was so wrapped up in the battle between us versus them, the world versus the body of Christ. There's an argument that it could be made that I feel like every episode of this show is on some level a peer pressure episode.
Oh, yeah.
But sometimes you got to revisit the standards, make sure the foundation is firm. And after all, you don't want a generation of young teens constantly searching for the validation of their peers like Judy here.
Nope.
Wow, nice study buddy, Judy. Do you really think so? Look what it can do.
Almost live on videotape, it's Fire By Nite.
And with our study buddy delivering the cold open tag, we are off to the races.
How did they get the head to say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the big question you've got for us.
How did they train it?
Yeah. So we're going to see what Blaine and crew could possibly have to add to the conversation about peer pressure after 3 years. And speaking about Blaine, he comes out to introduce the show, and he actually keeps it incredibly brief. He tells us that the theme this month is crowd control, they're calling it this time, but doesn't really get into what they mean by that. No, not at all. More crucially, he lets us know that this month, they have a very special guest. That's right, Alec. It's your man, Mr. Rick Kua.
It's Rick Kua.
And were you excited that we finally reached
this
your
has been an episode in the
personal
making
fireworks factory
for 3 years?
Yeah, no. After so
it's almost fitting that this is peer pressure again.
To reiterate why you're so excited for this. One, we loved not the suicide episode, but his music on the suicide episode. Yeah. 2, though, one of the episodes of Fire by Nite that we saw must have been a later release from when it was broadcast in syndication. It included later music videos that were not contemporary to what we were looking at. So it was like a mid-1987 episode or 1988 episode, but it included one of the videos that we are going to see here today. And you loved it, but you didn't know that it was not of that time. But finally, we are here.
Thank God.
And Blaine wraps things up in his opening by channeling his inner Monty Python and tells us that before we get all to that, it's time for something completely different.
Hello, boys and girls. I'm so sorry. Ranger Bob can't be here today. I'm Ranger Mom, and I'm going to tell you about his new commercial for his brand new video. Now, Mom, let me do my own commercial. Remember, you taught me to be my own ranger. Ooh-wee, good one. Hey, boys and girls, are you tired of always going along with the crowd? Do you need to learn how to be your own ranger? Then you need my brand new video, Maximized Rangerhood.
So, a few things.
It's your favorite.
1, I thought we were done with these skits. 2,
isn't there a full special that we haven't watched
yet?
Yeah,
no, that's why I think we're gonna have to maybe make that a Patreon special. That will be like, you fine folks, if we do some fundraising to maybe take this fire on the road for a minute or go on a special trip, like an extracurricular thing.
You're gonna make me go somewhere.
Yeah, I might. I've already made you go at least one place.
That's true.
Yeah. So, maybe if we put together a little fundraiser, we can have Torture Steve with the Ranger Bob 1 hour long special, and you can tie me to a chair, Ranger Bob style, and make me watch it.
Or just have little poppers.
Yeah. Oh God. Yes. So I have to watch the Ranger Bob special as you're just pelting me with snappers. 2, is this pareidolia playing tricks on me, or is there a terrifying Richard Nixon dummy hanging out in Ranger Bob's bed in the background?
Oh,
Here,
is
take
there?
a look. Did you see this? Look.
No, I didn't notice.
Here, lean over, because this is crazy. Like I just want to know what you think here. Is this Tricky Dick?
Oh my.
Is it? Because it looks like Nixon wearing like a stove top hat kind of thing, like a top hat.
It's like they took Lincoln and Nixon, put them together,
and you get my ideal president, baby. So 3, apparently Ranger Bob here is ahead of the pop culture curve, as he's going to instruct us in the art of how to Ranger Max. And I do mean ahead of the curve here, because Ranger Bob is giving us straight up Manosphere circa 2021 here.
Have your friends ever tried to get you to go out with the wrong kind of ranger? Ooh, Ranger Bob, you came to see me. Then you really need my video. What should you do when bullies try to get you to pick on smaller rangers? Well, you'll have to buy my video to find out, but I'll give you a hint.
Listen, you shouldn't go with the flow. You should blow up your enemy's boats or something.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of lost on what we're supposed to be taking away from this. Mercifully, though, this visit with Ranger Bob was short. Did you notice something about the call to action at the end, though?
To order your copy of Maximized Rangerhood, send $9.99 to the Big Forest, P.O.
It's
Box
the fisherman.
12. That's all the address.
Oh, yeah.
They blow it up at the end, but I think what they did was cut away and not actually have the have the fishermen on the stage when they did the blow up.
I've been bad about looking up.
I haven't been very intentional about it, but I have been trying to keep an eye out for when it's there. So it's like a little Where's Waldo game that we can play every time. So the fishermen right there on the exploding barrel. But overall, we're keeping things brisk because they know that people didn't come here to see comedy.
Nope.
Cue Statler and Waldorf. Wait, that was supposed to be comedy? We're here for the main events.
You know, I guess we probably had hundreds, maybe even dozens of artists here on Fire By Nite, but there's something special when an artist comes in like what we have today, and his name is Rick Kua. Rick, we've enjoyed working with you, and it's so good to have you back.
Yeah, so...
was that a joke?
What?
Like we've had hundreds. We've had hundreds, maybe even dozens.
Yeah, I think that was an attempt at having some weird little bit of like number play there.
Oh,
yeah,
funny.
But importantly here, it's the man, the myth, the radio voice.
He's back.
It's time for a visit from one of this fire's favorite CCM artists, Syracuse, New York's own Mr. Frederick Kua. So
I like seeing him in a sweater. It's like a Mr. Rogers thing.
You know what? So last time he was here, he was in a leather jacket. Like he was straight up like.
And Blaine was trying, right? Jacket.
This time he's got his like Mr. Rogers sweater on. Blaine's not really even trying to cop that style.
Oh, you think Blaine's trying anymore?
Nah. He doesn't want to come off as too desperate. He doesn't want to come off as too thirsty around Mr. Kua here. The last time we saw him was well over a year ago on Fire By Nite's February 1988 episode, Don't Say Suicide.
Don't Say Suicide.
Which, as you can imagine, was a much heavier episode than the subject matter for this one, just by a little bit. But Blaine says that Rick has actually taken that message on the road with him in his most recent tour.
Well, it was pretty exciting because it seemed wherever I went, I would get people coming up to me saying, hey, I saw you on Fire By Nite. So I got real excited. And the other thing that was neat is the fact that not only was I on the road with it, but you were as well, as I understand. And I think we kind of double-teamed the country.
Yeah, they
did. So they double-teamed the country.
Hell yeah.
First of all, this song still slaps so incredibly hard.
So good.
It's an uncomfortable thing to just put on as a normal song due to the subject matter. But if it weren't about killing yourself, it would definitely be like a Saturday morning. You're washing the car. You're doing the yard work kind of staple.
I mean,
but as it stands,
it's even like an old. It's like you could see like it's like you put that behind like Transformers and 80s.
Sure, yeah.
It's like a. You got the touch kind of like.
No, it's got the.
Don't say suicide.
It's got the juice, baby.
Man,
so
good.
But second again, there had to be a better way to phrase that. Just Blaine and Rick on tour, coast to coast, just regular bros on the road, double teaming the country. Blaine asks for the uninitiated what a young person can expect if they go to a Rick Kua concert. When you become part of the Koo crew. And Rick gives a pretty stock standard CCM answer, right? Like they want to make the word of God come alive. However, they also want to entertain. He says that entertain is not a bad word to us because he knows that he's going to get the butts in the seats for the Lord if they're entertaining. What's up?
Is Rick Kua a trap? Like he's so cool, but also he's like
you are falling for Rick Kua. This is who gets you. Thirst trap, Jesus trap.
Oh my
Rick
God.
Versus all those other CCM artists that they try to do it for the Lord, but they're a little questionable on the entertainment front.
Sure.
Second chapter of Acts, I'm looking in your direction.
What's wrong with them?
Nothing's wrong with them. Blaine introduces the fact that Rick has a new album coming out titled Midnight Sun.
I have this album.
You do have this album. I got you this for Christmas a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though. Okay. So like you got to hold on to that and maybe you need to, do you have a disk drive on your computer?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, because
I'm on my PC.
I think you might need to just send me the tracks because despite being a landmark album for Rick, there has to be a rights issue or something with it because it's not on Apple Music. It's not on Spotify. It's not on iTunes to purchase. Like I had to hit the high seas of YouTube to find a full upload of like to listen to some of the tracks off of it.
Oh, wow.
You know? Like you're a resident Coup Crew member, so you got to be the arbiter of this stuff.
All right.
The YouTube playlist that I found did have this description attached to it. This was Rick's last real rock and roll album. Subsequent albums to this one were a few of the sentence is broken, but the point is they took too far of an easy listening sound for this writer. This, however, is a pretty good rock and roll album and personally is one of my favorite albums from him. Rick was joined by his usual studio musicians, including Keith Thomas, whose keyboard work I always enjoy. I just really have declared I hate to classify this as just another Rick Kua album because it's quite good, but there's not a lot to say about this album. Rick had making an album down to an art by this point, so you knew you were going to get a great album if you bought one of his albums from this era. Probably the highlight from the album for me is Young Boy, Young Girl, on which he's joined by Rebecca Sparks, wife of Greg Sparks, on vocals. So before we get into our first video supporting the album, Rick's got a little story for us.
First, let me tell you just a quick story.
Okay.
Several months ago, we were at Ball State in Muncie, Indiana. Did a concert there, and there was a young girl who was helping us set up, and she was singing and had a lovely voice. I mean, an extraordinary voice. And I went up to her and complimented her and asked her, you know, are you involved in the church or in a band or, you know, what are you doing with your voice? And she said, oh, I'd love to be a singer. I'd love to do more of this, but gee, I could never do it. And my voice really isn't that good. And that would never happen to me. It was one negative comment after another. And I had to sit her down and I just prayed with her and encouraged her. And we wrote the song, I Can, I Will, to let you guys know that whatever it is you want to accomplish through Jesus, you can do it. You've got to get all this negative stuff out of your mind. You've got to believe in yourself, not the way the humanists do, not because of you, but because of Christ living in you. With Jesus, there's 4 words you need to know. I can and I will. You can do it, guys.
First of all, that's 5 words.
I can
and
I will.
And then alternately, you can do it, guys.
To be fair,
yeah,
I said twice. So that's less. That's 4 words.
Yeah. Still
not 3.
Second of all, what is this story? Like, luckily Rick doesn't seem to be a creep or anything, but like it's basically just I met this college girl and I gave her a pep talk.
You know what?
We wrote this sick tune for her
because he's a stand-up guy.
You know what? Maybe he is the one stand-up guy in CCM. We found him.
It's just when we find out he was a total creep.
And listen, I mean, this whole thing's about being positive, but not like those f***ing humanists, right?
No way.
I'm talking about real positivity, positive Christianity, if you get my drift, Alec.
I do.
Do you get that?
I do.
Positive Christianity?
Oh, no.
Hitler's form of Christianity during the Third Reich.
No, is that a thing?
Anyways, we're going to leave that conversation for another day because we've got some pressing business to address here.
Play that music video.
Alec is just vibing out.
Oh man,
it just gets you. Oh, this hits you
it's
right.
So good.
This hits you right in the jellies.
It gets
you are the Funkle. You're just you're a funk. Yeah.
Put it on volume 2 playlist.
That's right. We're back.
Slap it on there.
We're back in Fire By Nite's favorite abandoned warehouse, but in the daylight this time for the music video for Rick's first single from Midnight Sun, I Can, I Will. And Alec, yes, no, I've already taken the liberty of adding this to the playlist.
Oh, you better put it at the top.
I knew that this was going to be a first round no arguments Hall of Famer here. So it's on the list already. I assumed you have no problem with this. The song rips, Alec.
It's so good.
It's so good. And you know what? I want to give particular propers here to Rick's guitarist who just shreds.
Oh man, I love his whole band. His drummer is great too.
Oh, dude. This guy's swaggering out. He's kicking open the chain link fence. That's how you know he's serious with that Ibanez guitar, baby.
Man, they kick those bricks so often.
Oh, kicking the bricks. You like the drummer? He's got kind of a goofy flair to him. Yeah, no, this is sick. This is awesome.
Oh, they're great. I would go see Rick Koo and his band.
No, this is one of those rare times on Fire by Night where we've said this in the past, but you feel like you're listening to a real song.
Yeah.
That didn't drop out of some weird parallel dimension. And like, very few CCM artists have that power, I would say. Like DeGarmo and Key do not have it.
No.
Kim Boyce even doesn't have it. No,
Mylon?
No, you know what? Mylon is a bridge case because he actually kind of feels like he has the chops. But Carman absolutely does not feel like you're listening to real music.
What are you saying?
Rick seems to transcend it somehow in a way. Like he feels like real music. Now, of course, once you pay attention to the lyrics, they're all very clearly Christian rock anthems. But musically,
don't bring me down.
Musically, cut above.
Don't bring me down, Steve.
That's the Electric Light Orchestra, not Rick Kua. They're a cut above almost everything else that we hear on this show on the regular. But yeah, like I hope that the high of that song sustains you because it's time to get serious and talk to some real kids to see what their peer pressures that they face in their everyday lives are. So we get this man on the street segment where a Fire by Night correspondent, similar to like the stuff we saw in the past where it was like, do you believe in heaven or hell? Where are you going? Kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Is going out and asking local teens, what is the greatest pressure that you face from people around you? And I'm going to be honest. At first, I clipped this whole thing, but I felt it was a little mean-spirited to tease any of these kids in this segment because they're just real kids, and it's like genuine, but they're like super awkward. It's like teens saying things that they feel pressured to do drugs, drink, have sex. One girl is so nervous that she says she feels pressure to do success, which I imagine meant sex acts. Like, sex. It's like, I mean, or maybe she was feeling success.
Like she's like, pressure from parents to be.
Yeah, maybe.
Successful?
You know what? Maybe. But there was one guy that they front loaded into the segment.
They came out swinging.
I just had to bring this one up.
Really, my friend's giving me like cocaine. I mean, not dope I'm drinking, really, just coke.
So apparently,
okay, he's not much of a drinker.
No, not much of a smoker, not much of a drinker, just coke. And like apparently Tulsa, Oklahoma is the cocaine capital of the Midwest.
Oh my God.
Just mountains of this stuff as far as the eye can see. Maybe this is why Blaine ended up here. Like we know he's a skier, so like maybe he heard there was sick powder in Tulsa, and maybe he thought he was going to hit some sweet Midwestern slopes. Only
I'm so
discover
disappointed.
A reprobate city in need of saving. That's my official headcanon for Blaine now. He heard that he heard there was fresh powder in Tulsa. And he's like, he showed up with his skis and his toque on.
Where is he originally from? I know he's from Canada.
He's from Canada.
Do you know what province?
You know what? I actually don't know. I felt like he was from like Western
Vancouver.
I felt like he was from like Western Canada. We'll have to take a look. And so Blaine interjects and says that it's clear that this generation is being impacted in no small part by peer pressure.
Okay.
And then he has a verse for us. It's Proverbs 13:20. He walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. But he only reads half of that verse. He only reads the top half. So clearly just trying to keep things a little bit more upbeat and skirt right
Roll the rest of the clip.
Right past that whole, I will destroy you in a lake of fire if your friends are clowns. That bit doesn't make the Blaine Bartel cut. No. It is on screen. Blaine does have a pop culture example, though, to give the kids a little something to hold on to.
There is somewhat of an outrageous, rebellious football player that used to play at a university not too far from right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. His name is Brian Bosworth. And he adopted this arguably ridiculous hairstyle he called the Boz. And you can see a picture there on your screen of it. Well, within just a matter of weeks,
Guile, is that you?
and thousands of young people began to go into the barbershops and the hairstylists of America trying to get a Boz cut. And without a doubt, we can see that America is the land of the influence.
So
is that grown man a real person?
Yes, that was a football player in the NFL in the 1980s. He did look airbrushed though. If like he was the kind of thing, like if you saw that today, you'd be like, it's AI slop. There's nobody that looks like that. But no, that's a real man, Brian Bosworth. And listen, at first, my thought was, Blaine's exactly correct here about America being the land of the influence. But second, listen, The boz is super close to Blaine's actual haircut. Like if you look up other angles of the boz, it's basically a mullet with the sides kind of buzzed in. Like he's got the long back, he's got the short spiky front, but then he's just kind of trim around the sides.
Also, Blaine is constantly copying his guests. homie is like, he's like.
That's why he didn't dress as Rick Kua this time.
Because he knew he had to make a point.
Like, no, I need to make it clear that I'm not being influenced by my best friend Rick Kua. He's still my best friend, but I don't have to wear the leather jacket this time. I'm gonna wear something a little bit more subdued.
Because I know for a fact he has a sweater like that.
And then Rick Kua shows up in his Mr. Rogers sweater, and Blaine's like, "Damn it! I could have worn the leather jacket. Rick could have thought I was cool." But listen, Blaine is, dare I say it, kind of correct here. I mean, we are a country of followers. Like, there's a reason why influencer is a career option now.
I suppose.
America.
Are we influencers?
No, absolutely not. I mean, you know what? Let me scratch that because we have somebody that's going to Tulsa, Oklahoma to take photos for us this summer. So I mean, there might be a little influence.
What am I trying to? What am I trying
to?
Watch
out! Don't trust us, Hugh. We're talking to you. Don't listen to us.
Okay, as long as I have everybody, you should watch Attack on Titan.
No, we're not listening. Watching your perverted.
It's got
anime,
religion
your Japanese
in it.
Cartoons. Listen, but like, you know, you got Kylie Jenner out there wearing Meta AI glasses. People hate AI, but there's gonna be a segment of the population that's totally cool with putting it on their face.
Only the dumb,
tracking their
only
friends'
the dumb
faces.
people, though.
Everybody is susceptible to some level of propaganda and peer pressure. Let's be clear. Yeah, not you. You've never been peer pressured in your life. So, of course, Blaine is talking about influence in the context of like youthful peer pressure here, right? So kids or their media, it's influencing other kids to get involved with sex, drugs, rock and/or roll, skiing the slopes of Tulsa, whatever it may be. And then Blaine has a verse to inspire us.
We have a nation of youth who are looking for a leader. And the Bible says in 2 Chronicles chapter 16, verse number 9, that the eyes of the Lord are running to and fro throughout the whole earth, looking and searching for one person whose heart is perfect towards him, that he might be strong on your behalf. God is looking for someone to be the peer pressure to this generation. God is waiting for a young man or a young woman to begin to be strong in their convictions and begin to influence their school, their nation, their friends, people around them for Jesus Christ. Will it be you?
Okay, so listen, I felt like I was having a stroke reading this verse and trying to line it up with peer pressure. Okay. So I mean, did any of this click for you?
Will it be you?
No, the verse that he cited at in the course of this. So he says it's from 2 Chronicles. 16:9. Okay. For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth to show himself strong on behalf of them whose heart is perfect towards him. Herein thou hast done foolishly, therefore from henceforth thou shalt have wars.
Okay, so so if you're peer pressured,
I think
you're hold on.
Yes,
so your friends want you to go to war, but like you're like, nah, and then God comes down and he's like, hey, maybe go to war, and you're like, oh yeah,
and you're like, yes, king.
Is that it?
Listen, this thing screamed to me out of context needle drop, so I had to look up the whole thing, and just for context here,
is it?
Chronicles 1 and 2 are books in the Old Testament / the Hebrew Bible.
Oh man, they love the Old Testament.
It deals with like the genealogy of kings that come after David. In fact, in the Hebrew Bible, these serve as the last books in the third section of what's known as the Tanakh. So in this particular verse, we're dealing with one such descendant of David, King Asa, who is in his final days as ruler. Asa, who is the king of the tribe of Judah, finds himself at war with Baasha, who is the king of Israel, and things aren't going too well. So I'm actually just going to read you most of this whole chapter. Okay, so this is 2 Chronicles 16.
Story time.
Asa's last years. In the 36th year of Asa's reign, Baasha, king of Israel, went up against Judah and fortified Ramah to prevent anyone from leaving or entering the territory of Asa, king of Judah. Okay, so he's at war. You have these two tribes that they go to war, just like Frankie Goes to Hollywood prophesized in the 1980s.
Okay.
Asa then took the silver and gold out of the treasuries of the Lord's temple. and of his own palace, and sent it to Ben-Hadad, king of Aram, who was ruling in Damascus. Let there be a treaty between me and you, he said, as there was between my father and your father. See, I'm sending you my silver and gold. Now break your treaty with Baasha, king of Israel, so he will withdraw from me. Okay, so you got what we're saying. So Asa's like, hey, here's all the silver and gold that we got. Please betray
Israel.
Baasha and Israel. You got to do it for me, right? Ben-Hadad agrees with King Asa and sends the commanders of his forces against the towns of Israel. They conquered Ijon, Dan, Abel-Maim, and the store cities of Naphtali. When Baasha heard of this, he stopped building Ramah and abandoned his work. Then King Asa brought all the men of Judah, and they carried away from Ramah the stones and timber Baasha had been using. So they steal all of the materials that they were building to fortify them into their zone, right?
Okay.
With them, he built up Geba and Mitzpah. At the time, Hanani, the seer, came to Asa, king of Judah, and said to him, because you relied on the king of Aram and not on the Lord your God, the army of the king of Aram has escaped from your hand. We're not the Cushites and the Libyans, a mighty army with great numbers and chariots of horsemen. Yet, when you relied on the Lord, he delivered them into your hand. For the eyes of the Lord range throughout the earth to strengthen those whose hearts are fully committed to him. You have done a foolish thing, and now you will be at war. So he's saying that because you didn't trust in God, you used your earthly resources. You went and talked to the other kingdom. This whole thing's going to be fakakta. You should have trusted God in this, right? Asa is angry with the seer because of this. And so he was so enraged that he put him in prison. At the same time, Asa brutally oppressed some of his people. The events of Asa's reign from beginning to end are written in the book of Kings in Judah and Israel. In the 39th year of his reign, Asa was afflicted with a disease in his feet. Though his disease was severe, even in illness, he did not seek help from the Lord, but only from the physicians. Then, in the 41st year of his reign, Asa died and was rested with his ancestors. They bury him in a tomb that had been cut out for himself in the city of David. They laid him on a bier covered with spices, and various blended perfumes, and they made a huge fire in his honor.
Okay.
Now, you may be asking yourself, what does this have to do with peer pressure?
I mean,
yeah.
What is the ultimate peer pressure, if not the pressure of the world, right?
Well, what? Like the pressure of the world for what? The kingdom was under attack. He came up with a deal to try to like get out of it.
I don't know.
The seer was trying to pressure him. Like you can make this about peer pressure in the same way you can kind of sort of make most Bible stories about anything if you really try. But like if anything, this is a classic story of it's a king that doesn't trust in God and he pays the consequences for it.
Yeah.
And that's it, right? Like the only peer pressure is from the story is coming from the seer to Asa, and Asa tells that dude to off in prison before oppressing some of the people.
Right. It sounds like he was pretty successful up until he died.
A verse so vague.
I mean, not in the way I want.
Come on. Oppressing some of the people and then just dropping it. That verse is so vague that I feel like its brevity speaks volumes. Yeah. So whatever. I don't know. Go out and be an influence on your school, friends, family, you know, whatever young people, just do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just feels like Blaine took a swing and a miss here when you actually drill down on some of these verses that were chosen to be highlighted here.
And it's not even like the part of the verse that he took was like, oh, it's taken out of context, but it sounds like something he would be able to use. It makes no sense even taken out of context.
It sounds like it's almost like a test to the audience. Like, are you listening? Do you think this has anything to do with peer pressure? I don't know.
Well, good for him. Yeah. I wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, listen, I don't want to harp on it, but I don't know. Let's be real. This is a classic. I'm a pastor and I have to come up with a new message every week kind of stuff. Like, listen, I listen to an unhealthy amount of church services every week. And the amount of times
what is this blasphemous words that you unhealthy amount of church?
Listen, when you're listening to different churches and they conflict with each other, and it's just like the inner dialogue is very bad amongst the koinonia. And the amount of times that like it's some pastor or bishop who's like taking what feels like a random Bible verse and then maybe shaping whatever soapbox issue that they wanted to talk that week about around it. It's staggering. So
no good.
If you're listening to this and you still go to church, I challenge you to watch out for that because it happens way more than you'd think. Up next though,
we
have Wait, this can't be right. It's family time already?
Already?
Honey, I'm home.
Hi, dear. How was your day?
Oh, pretty stiff.
Father figure! Father figure!
There's my little Barbie doll.
Oh, dear. You're always putting her on a pedestal.
Oh, the
Hi,
puns.
Mom. Hi, Dad. What's for supper?
Oh, Brett, you're always joking around. You know we don't eat.
Dad, I need to talk to you. All the human kids at school are trying to pressure me to move.
Well, don't give in to that stuff.
Yeah, see, Stuffy? He's trying to pressure me to throw the ball. Stuffy, you know I can't throw a ball. Oh, sorry.
No, it's not family first. It's just the greatest thing that's ever been on this show. It's mannequin first.
Mannequin time.
And listen, to describe this for anybody who is just listening to the audio version of this show, we are on the set of Fire by Nite's resident sitcom Family First, in the living room specifically. Only everyone is mannequins. And that's the joke.
And also they're technically all moving anyway.
No, not when the camera's on them.
What is this, Doctor Who?
They're doing the mannequin thing. They can move when nobody's looking. But I don't know. There's some fun stuff to parse out through this. First up, did you see the dad's t-shirt, the dad mannequin?
No.
It's a church on the move.
Oh, it's a pun.
Well, first off, yes, yes, because that's fantastic, right? But also, that's the Willie George Church. So we talked to Chris Tice, how this show started out as part of it was just Willie George Ministries, traveling ministries, making media, making appearances. But eventually, they found Church on the Move, which is a actual physical place. And I actually went to their website, and in one of the staff bios, it mentions that they launched in 1987. So we're actually about 2 years into the actual church being a place at this point. And also that one joke about how the mannequins don't eat, that's not much different from the Collins family these days. Am I right? Can a mannequin fast?
Nothing but fasting.
It's constant fasting.
Which means that they are the closest to God.
You're not wrong. Mannequins, they're cleanliness is holiness, and holiness is I don't know, how does that go?
Mannequinness?
Next to mannequinness. Listen, you get the gist though. It's a mannequin's biggest struggle in life to stand up to the pressure that the world puts on them to move. Brother, he laments that it's tough being a mannequin on the football team. He's the goalpost.
What if the mannequins were at the Last Supper?
Then it would have been really easy to paint them because they're not going to move. They would have been perfect subjects.
They're not going to eat, though.
No, they're not going to eat. Anyway, Stan lays out the importance of staying on the path of permanent stillness to the kids.
A mannequin that moves would be like a Christian that sins. It's just not our nature. I have to deal with it all the time at work. Humans walking by the department store window staring at me. They're not just looking at my clothes. They want me to move, but I don't.
They even made a movie about a mannequin that moves. Remember, we all protested it.
So,
mannequin.
Yeah, they make a mannequin joke. It's not just okay. Hold on a second. Let's roll this back though. It's just not in our nature, right? A mannequin that moves.
Christians sin all the time.
Right. Well, that's what I was gonna say. So does that mean that on occasion the mannequins do move when they it's like their version of stumbling, like that mannequin from I Am Legend that Will Smith sees and it looks up and it's creepy?
No, that's not I Am Legend.
Yeah.
That's iRobot.
No, I Am Legend with the mannequins.
What are you talking about? Those were about vampire monsters.
Yeah, but he put the mannequins all around the city. So that was like he would talk to them to keep from going crazy.
Oh, and then it was his imagination.
And then at one point he sees a mannequin lift its head and move. And it's like, oh, he's like losing his mind.
Oh, yeah.
So that's,
you're right.
It's stumbling, right? That mannequin was not doing what mannequins are supposed to do. Or, maybe at one point all of these mannequins moved all the time, but they needed to be saved and convinced to be still by some prosthetic Jesus. I have a lot of questions about mannequin culture at this point. Also, do you like how even in mannequin form, this family is a bunch of zealous buzzkills as they talk about how they protested the 1987 Kim Cattrall classic Mannequin. So, if you want to protest Mannequin 2 on the move, I'm willing to listen to your argument, but that wouldn't be out until 1991. So they have to be talking about the original here. And I find that disgraceful.
Where do these mannequins get off?
Where do they get off? Good God. Listen, between this skit and the Study Buddy opening with the mannequin heads, do you think they just raided a mall that was being closed down or something. It was like
in 89.
Yeah, I mean, listen, businesses go out of business all the time. So there could have been like a department store or something, and Blaine and Chris show up, and they're like, "We got all these mannequins. We have to write a bunch of skits using them now."
I guess so.
Either way, I kind of love it. So like I might even go as far as to call whatever this is outsider art.
Oh,
but so anyways, you get the point.
Yeah.
And Daughter Mannequin does too.
You're right. I've just got to be what God called me to be. A mannequin. Keep a stiff upper lip and doing all I can do. Just stand.
Whenever I hear
no, and just like that, we're torn away,
ruining the mood
from our loving Still Life family and thrown directly into the CCM frying pan as a wild Ron Luce appears to tell us what's hot.
Kill it with fire.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
I don't know.
You don't even remember anymore. Ron Luce just totally short-circuited you. So here we are in the middle of their episode about peer pressure to apply some peer pressure of their own about the music that we should and shouldn't be listening to. Just a couple news stories this month. Mylon and Broken Heart, they have a new record. Remember, they changed their name just a bit ago from Mylon Lefevre and Broken Heart to the more youth-oriented Mylon and Broken Heart. Just taking out that one little tweak.
It was a tongue twister. Mylon Lefevre.
Mylon Lefevre. Maybe Mylon was trying to go for the mononym route here. I'm thinking like Cher or Prince or
Madonna.
Jesus. Just Mylon.
Jesus?
Yeah. Or Jesus. Jesus was a mononym.
Was he?
Yeah.
Jesus of Nazareth?
I mean, Jesus de Nazareth. No,
Jesus Christ, his full name?
Yeah, no. And then Justin Timberlake sat down with him and said, "You know, it would be cooler.
Lose the
Jesus. Christ. Lose the Christ. It's cleaner. It's just Jesus." Anyways, they have a new album called Big World, and Ron assures us that it's got the grinding guitars that Mylon is known for and lyrics that will really edify your spirits. Alec, do you know what edify means? By any chance?
I've heard it.
It's like knowledge that will uplift and build you, but they love to call Christian music lyrics edifying. Anyways, Ron tells us about a sick contest that's coming your way this fall.
Eddie DeGarmo and Forefront Records have just announced a contest where radio stations all across the country will give you the opportunity to write in and tell why it feels good to be forgiven. The winner will get a VCR, a video, and a personal call from Eddie DeGarmo himself. Look for it when it comes to your area. Now it's time for our Fire By Nite Top 10 Countdown.
So, am I crazy here, or is there something extremely fly-by-night, no pun intended, about this contest? Like, there's no details about participating radio stations. There's no dates. There's no specifics.
Send us your information.
Just the promise that if you win, you'll get a VCR and a call from Eddie DeGarmo.
Well, how are you gonna watch the video?
There's something about winning a VCR without mentioning the brand name that feels super sketchy. Like, it's not like Double Dare where it'd be like, and you'll win this new JVC VCR.
Because they're not like it's not a brand deal. Hey, they have a VCR.
We have a VCR.
We can give it away.
Hey kid, you know what's hot? This VCR just fell off the truck, but it could be yours if you call up the radio station and you tell them you want to hear DeGarmo and Key.
And it's got a tape in there.
Which radio station? Yeah, the tape comes in it. That's the best part. Which radio station? Doesn't matter. Call them all and we'll throw in a call from Eddie. He'd love to talk to you.
Yeah, he doesn't specify what kind of radio station.
No, he doesn't specify anything. It's just like, you'll be able to call in and win a VCR with a great tape inside of it. So, yeah. And as you can hear at the end there, DeGarmo and Keys, If God Is For Us, is in the pole position this month at the top of the chart.
How are you going to do that and then have Rick Kua on and have him not be number one?
Okay. Other big names on this chart, okay? Twyla Paris is on there, Bash in the Code. A couple of the bigger ones, obviously, like you're saying, Rick Kua. So I Can, I Will is at number 3.
Number 3!
It didn't get to number 1 at its debut month, but maybe they just want to give it time and grow. We shall see.
No.
And then Michael W. Smith's Secret Ambition, which will be our musical guest and big music video next month, is number 2. So that's even you're grinding your teeth. I could see you're not happy. You're not happy about this one.
Was one of the bands called Mastodon?
Yes, there was a band in there called Mastodon, but it wasn't the Mastodon you're thinking of.
Well, that confused me.
It's Christian Mastodon.
Okay. I'm glad I wasn't seeing something.
Yeah, no, you saw right. It was like Mastodon, like TED, like Mastodon.
Yeah, it wasn't spelled the same.
No. And that's about it. But next up, we've got...
You know, there's a lot of young people that listen to secular rock music, even a lot of Christian kids who do it. The truth is that when you listen to secular rock music, you're opening yourself up to let the devil blast you with his ideas and his influence. The same spirit of the guy who writes the music and performs the music comes through the music to you. So it's not just listening to a little secular music. It's the devil waging war in the spirit realm to get to you and tear you apart.
Oh my God, whoa there, Ron. That escalated so quickly. Also, where the hell was this last month when we were talking about spiritual warfare?
Buzzkill.
Or the previous month where we were talking about like the CCM industry and how it's better than any music out there that has ever existed or will ever exist in the history of sound, you know?
Man.
What?
I do not like that Ron man. I do not like him, Sam I am.
Man.
I do not like him, Sam I am.
It's just like he has to throw these bombs into unrelated episodes just to remind you, we're not talking about it this month. But just remember, the Satanic Panic is still in motherfucking Physic, and secular rock is still a portal to hell, and it's coming for your soul.
Like,
anyways, I'm Ron Luce, and that's what's hot.
It's like this.
Yeah.
It's like because he's not like part of the core Fire By Nite group.
Yeah, he gets to do his own thing.
He gets to do his own thing, and it's like he doesn't trust Blaine and the crew to do anything. So he just comes lobbing these like...
It definitely comes in as like he did his own thing and he sent it in, and then it's just like you're going to include this whole thing, right? Like he's got his own video team that he just gets to do what he's going to do, and then he sends in a tape, right? Next up, though, we've got something totally inexplicable.
Dave, would you get up and empty the trash? It's overflowing.
Okay, Mom.
I got the garbage bag blue.
So didn't they play this
we've
already?
Seen this. Actually, we've seen this before way back on our third episode, Beating the Blues. So this was 3 years ago.
I thought this was something we had seen already. No, it's got nothing to do with their message.
It's really got nothing to do with it in a way that makes me almost wonder if they were either running short for time and they decided to dust off one of the old archives and jam something in there that they're like, I don't know, you could say it's about peer pressure. Like your mom wants you to take out the garbage and you don't want to. And your friends are like, hey, man, don't listen to your mom. But there's not really any of that in the skit. So
your mom's peer pressuring you to do your chores. Your mom's peer pressuring
you to do your chores. Like just to fill in listeners, the gist of the skit is that mom walks in, tells her son to take out the trash, and then he travels the land looking for a dump to put out the garbage bags, only to return home and mom's got another bag for him ready to go.
He missed one.
And then it says, don't let the little things get you down, along with the verse, the trying of your faith worketh patience, James 1:3. So maybe that's like the meta point that's being made here. Like, they're trying our patience with a skit we've already seen in an episode where it doesn't match up with the themes.
What the hell are you talking about?
What are you talking about here, Fire By Nite? I half wonder if this was like a version that was sent out like in a much later run of the show, and this was added in to make up for something dated that got pulled out, you know, like how sometimes we've seen where it's like, oh, we clearly have a version of a 1988 episode that is from a tape that was from like 94.
Yeah.
And it's clear that like, oh, they cut out like concert dates or like, you know, an advertisement or something or whatever. Maybe they were just like, I don't know, throw in a skit that is about a minute and a half. And just
so this was like, this was one of the versions of the episode that was aired on a local television station.
Or an old, like a later pressing of the tape, you know, like I don't know. But anyways, there it is. If you want more in-depth coverage and analysis on the Garbage Bag Blues, go listen to our Beating the Blues episode from 2023, where it made a lot more sense being in an episode about made a lot more sense then than being in an episode about how to push back on peer pressure.
Yeah.
After that, we're back with Blaine and Rick Kua, who are talking about the pressures facing teens today. And this is a little bit of a longer clip, but I do want to give it its due.
You know, one of the questions that I probably get asked more than anything from teenagers in our ministry is, you know, when I go to school, they say my friends pick on me, you know, because I'm a Christian, or they make fun of me because I don't do drugs, or I'm still a virgin or whatever, you know. And that's a tough thing. And they always ask, how do I respond to that? How do I react to that? How do I gain the respect of my peers so that they're not making fun of me? And, you know, it's a tough answer. And I'd like to kind of throw it back in your court here and see what you'd say to that.
I think what they've got to realize is there's going to be a little period of time where you stand your ground, where they're going to make fun of you. But I think that's going to pass. Once they know you're serious about it and that you're not going to back down from a little teasing, that goes away quickly. I always give the example of, you know, people in a group, you know, maybe people are making fun of somebody else, you know, and rather than go along with that stuff, make a stand against it. Even if you're not going to speak up and yell at everybody, just, you know, just make a stand, say, hey, this isn't right and I don't want to be a part of this, and walk away. You're going to get kids teasing you. They're going to say things, but it's going to end real quick, because there's going to be a lot of kids in that group that want to walk away too. And because you have had the guts to do it, you're going to encourage them to do the same.
When will the lightning strike down?
You know, we get criticized for being too negative sometimes.
That was not bad advice.
I don't think that that's bad advice. Yeah. Like, I want to give Fire by Night its flowers.
Obviously, Rick Kua is going to give good advice.
Rick Kua, he comes with the answers. He's a good man. Like, I want to give Fire by Night its flowers when it does something right. And I actually think that's a fantastic answer, right?
Yeah,
like,
that's a good.
If this was Fire by Night telling someone, like, they're going to laugh at you, but just suck it up and get through it. But it was about something like somebody that wears glasses, or like something they can't help, or whatever it is, right? Like, that would be bad. If it's like turn the other cheek and just like soak it up if they're making fun of you for, like, you know, something that is just like you, right?
Right.
But when it comes to like personal convictions or whatever, I actually think this is a fairly good bit of universal advice that like, if you believe in something, you might go through a period of time where you're getting laughed at or even bullied over it. But if you stand firm, that will almost always pass.
And not for nothing. He also took it from the other perspective of, like, you know, other people being picked on, and like, oh, if you also don't think that that's right, then you don't have to be like,
you don't have to go
you don't
along
have
with
to
that.
chew their ears off, but like make it known that you're not into it. And
I don't hate this at all.
Yeah,
I think this was actually really, really, really good advice.
I think
your
this
man,
great.
Rick Kua, you know how to pick him.
He's got the words.
He's got it.
And not for nothing, I do think that the broadness of this advice is kind of what does it well.
Yeah.
Is because, you know, like, Blaine brings up, oh, I'm getting made fun of for being a Christian or whatever. But like, Rick doesn't bring that really up at all.
It's just
good general life advice.
Yeah, I agree. And listen, even if you do make it more specifically Christian, I'd argue that this is how Christianity and its lessons should be practiced, right? Like, there's a big old movement today to legislate this stuff, like banning reproductive autonomy, pushing prayer back into schools. But like, it's more convincing and inspiring when it's organic, right?
Yeah.
And like, someone is just standing up for what they believe against a system,
right?
Instead of being the one controlling things from top down. I don't know. It's like food for thought, in my opinion. But yeah, decent enough point. I'll give them a pass for the clip that they start playing right after that for his Midnight Sun song, "No Man Will Know," which seems to be about the end times as they splice footage of like communists and Saddam and the Ayatollah over it.
Like, immediately after Rick giving that good advice, I'm like, oh man, this is like great. I don't think I've heard this song before.
Is that Saddam?
Oh no.
Yeah. No. So it's like a music video that's basically like, no man will know which of these foreigners might be the Antichrist. So, you know, classic late Cold War era fear mongering here. And
be a white guy.
We end up seeing the full music video for it later in the show. But yeah, that's basically what that gist is like Rick Kua watching TV and the world events and just, you know, like, you can't know when the end of the world is coming, but it might be any of these people.
Oh my God, Rick, please no.
Don't go this way. So I'll give some grace here because I didn't hate the answer about standing up to bullies. We grade on a curve here on this fire.
Yeah.
So anyways, Blaine starts moving the discussion into slightly more uncomfortable waters as he talks about the average age that boys and girls supposedly lose their virginity. Boys are 13 if they do, and girls are 14 if they do.
The average?
He says very accusatorily. So he wonders if Rick has any advice to give young folks to maintain their purity in the face of peer pressure.
Once again, you know, I
didn't
think
like me
that
using
if
the
they
word
develop
purity.
the kind of a lifestyle that doesn't allow them to fall under this pressure, no matter what area it's in. If they start living not under the pressure of what this one wants me to do, what this one wants me to do, and what this one wants me to do, then they're going to be stronger when it comes to you know, the whole sexual issue.
He's tried his best.
It's just one of those subjects that is a little bit hard because everybody deals with it, everybody faces it, but they've got to look at God's word and they've got to know that they've got to abstain and they've got to just wait because they'll ruin their life if they don't.
Young boy, young girl.
Which segs into this music video for Rick Kua's Young Boy, Young Girl.
Be strong tonight, young boy, young girl.
Oh no.
True lovers respect each other.
Is Rick a prude?
Yes, he's an evangelical Christian.
Who is this? Who is this lady?
So the lady in this song is the lead singer of Bash in the Code. This is Rebecca Sparks.
Bash in the Code?
Bash in the Code.
Bash in the Code or bash?
Bash and apostrophe the code.
Like you're bashing a code.
But it's separate. So it's like bash in, maybe it's bash and the code. Or bash in the code, or you're bashing the code, man. Like I don't know. It's a bunch of stuff.
What
Anyways,
code?
The code, the Bible code. We'll talk about that later.
Why would you bash
90s,
that?
Because you got to bash it in, like with the keypad. I don't know. Either way, first off, I think that Blaine's question made Rick a little uncomfortable because it was like
it's like, why would you say that, Blaine?
It was like a lot more. It was a lot more loosey goosey in terms of his answering there. Second, this may be unorthodox. Yeah, but do we have a second mixtape contender from a single artist?
Young boy, young girl?
Do you think Young Boy, Young Girl should be on this thing? Young boy, young girl.
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Respect each other. Let me put it back on.
Throw it on.
Wait, because they'll ruin their life if they don't.
Young boy,
I'm telling
young
you.
girl.
It's going to be stuck in your head for the rest of the day. So, Young Boy, Young Girl, congratulations, Rick Kua and Rebecca Sparks going on the This Fire mixtape twice in one episode.
I mean, how could you not?
Listen, come on.
please believe me. There's all the time in the world. Young boy,
Young girl. You don't want to have a baby. It's going to ruin your life.
Oh, man, that girl looks so disappointed.
Look, yeah.
She's got a kid.
And yeah, they put that one in no makeup to make her look more sad and depressed. She's got a baby, no time for makeup. Yeah. So Blaine after that wraps up his conversation with Mr. Kua with kind of like a bizarre question that may hint at where we're going with our characterization of Jesus in the future.
Not to belittle peer pressure at all within the lives of teenagers today, but when you look at the life of Jesus, I have trouble believing that Jesus was kind of walking around, just worrying about peer pressure all the time. He was, when I read about the Gospels, it seemed like he was aggressive. And is there a point in a young Christian's life where they can become peer pressure instead of succumbing to it?
Yeah, I think that's what they should all strive for, is just to realize that people want leaders. People want people that they can look up to.
Which, listen, there are explicit verses.
You're saying the quiet thing out loud, Blaine. Shush.
There are explicit verses in the Bible where Jesus is said to have dealt with temptation, right?
And also, the whole story of Jesus is him constantly being told, "Hey, don't do that," and he dies for it.
Right. So
yeah, he rose above it.
He rose above it, but we have Matthew 4, 1 through 11, where Jesus is tempted in the wilderness. The classic story of him going out into the wilderness. The devil is like, "Hey, do this." He's like, "No," but it's a whole thing. And even then, like in Hebrews, even if you want to say like, "Oh, well," and that story, he's not tempted because he's Jesus. He's God. He just rose above it, and that was it. Hebrews, second chapter, verse 18, because he himself suffered when he was tempted.
Oh.
He is able to help those who are being tempted. So it tells you that Jesus was torn. He was tempted, legitimately tempted to do this, right? So like the whole point of the story of Jesus is he came to earth as a man without sin, but struggling the same way that we might, as a show of solidarity with humanity, right? So this whole He was aggressive. He didn't care.
He's
he didn't
perfect.
care about peer pressure.
He's perfect.
Like, it seems to fly in the face of what's laid out in the Bible, where he is tempted, like successfully overcomes that challenge, but he's tempted nonetheless. The Hebrews verse, again, just he suffered when he was being tempted in the wilderness. I feel like that kind of like, we're getting into muscular Christianity territory, but we will
muscular Jesus.
We will talk more about that next episode. But Rick turns this into an opportunity to espouse that teens need to learn confidence, and that you can find that confidence, wait for it, in the Lord. And then we get another snippet of another new song, The Lost Can Still Be Found, in a very Fire By Nite coded video. If you take a look at this, it's like footage of like people walking down the Tulsa streets, very clearly shot with the Family First cameras. This is Cheryl from Family First in this thing. I think it's from the Suicide episode. This looks like maybe they re-configured the set from Family First. So it's like very clearly like a Fire By Nite shot music video. Like all of these I believe are, but this is like very clearly like
it's like Rick, who's main crew had already left, so they could do whatever they want.
Yeah, so it's like, all right, we'll just use our actors. And speaking of Family First, that is a very perfect segue, because we've got a very special episode coming up next, where James finds his life hanging in the balance on the mean streets of Tulsa. You don't know James? You don't know James?
No.
We'll get to know him when we return on This Fire.
Hey, little dude, send your mama and daddy out of the room. I gotta get you up on this. You know who I am, Snake. Dealing in weed, coke, crack, your choice. Take one hit and you'll do anything to cop more. Steal from your mama, lie, cheat on your homeboys. But hey, that's the price you pay when you deal with dudes like me. Now, some folks will tell you that I'm dealing in poison. But hey, do I look like the kind of guy that would do that to a kid like you? Yes.
It's that time again, Alec.
Oh, yeah?
That's right.
It's family time.
It's time for Family First, the sitcom within Fire By Nite, within this fire, the show within their show, within our podcast. And we had kind of a weird one last month, as we were at camp for delinquent youths with Doug Clarence and Brother Peter Brothers, where they ministered life to these hooligans. But that also meant that we didn't get much in the way of actual family time, right? So, I mean, there was no Connie. She was missing entirely from the episode. They were at this weird camp. But kicking off today's episode, we are back in school, and maybe we'll get some answers about where Miss Connie Collins was last time.
At the principal's house? You have got to be kidding.
Yeah, you guys don't believe what they wrote in his yard. Hey, you guys don't know who did it, do you?
No, nobody knows who did it. I do.
No, you don't. You've only lived here for a month.
Yeah, but I happen to live right next to the principal.
Okay, so who was it?
It was Tracy Roberts, Sylvia Tanner, Jenny Gergens, and you'll never guess who the last one was.
Who?
Connie Collins.
No way!
Gosh, no way. I don't know.
Like, I'm with these girls. This is flimsy from the word go. Like, genuinely, when they wrote this episode, do you think they were expecting anyone in the audience to be like, oh, Connie's gone back?
Oh, my goodness.
It's just like, so while these girls are spreading the rumor that is quite frankly so obviously false that it's not entertaining, Doug is stopping by the old Collins family home to get changed for basketball. And he's got his new friend Lee with him.
Hey, Dad, thanks for the ride home. I got to go get changed for basketball. Have a seat, Lee.
I'm home, hon.
Hey, honey baby, sugar-headed. I did go shopping today. You know that big blouse sale at Bibby's, and I wanted a big blouse, and I went, and it was a madhouse. There was this red-haired lady. She grabbed the blouse I wanted, and she put it down. So I grabbed it at the same time. This black lady grabbed it, and we were standing there.
Lee's face. He's like, whoa.
Oh, no.
That might have been your mom.
Did she get the blouse?
Yeah, I gave it to her.
Yeah, that's my mom.
So
oh man, he smokes her so bad.
He does. We'll get to that.
Okay.
So let's break this down. So mom was shopping for blouses.
Yeah.
Big old blouse.
Yeah, I don't know why she said that.
I don't know why she would volunteer that information. But she got into a physical altercation with not one, but two other women who she can only describe via physical characteristics, right? So it's not Mrs. So-and-so or Jane Doe or whoever. It's this red-haired lady and this black lady. And of course, she enters then and sees Lee sitting there, who is black. And then she immediately gets sheepish and she just described somebody that way and then says, oh, that might have been your mom. Now we'll see this
now why would you say that?
Right, exactly. We will see this later in the episode. Doug goes to school with plenty of other black kids, right? So Mrs. Collins is just assuming
more than we've ever seen
that this black lady is just somebody that's like she doesn't know is just Lee's mom. It's like, oh, I wonder if that was your mom. It was a black lady.
Oh my God.
No, listen, I was getting ready to judge this all from a writing perspective, but then Lee asks to use the Collins' phone to touch base with his parents.
Mom, I'm going to be playing ball for white guy. I'll be home about 6 o'clock. By the way, Mom, did you go shopping today? Get a blouse?
Get her bigot blouse by an Asley.
My God.
Listen, I'll give credit where credit's due. I think that's pretty funny.
Yeah, he got her bad.
So I don't think we'll ever see it again, but calling out a boomer's weird racial relations and then having said boomer be visibly embarrassed by the interaction is pretty good. It's good. It's not crazy, but it's like a nice little character moment. Points. We'll give him points for that.
Points.
And then our resident white guy, Doug, comes back downstairs with a basketball that is 100% just a children's ball.
Let's go, Lee. Check this out, man. I can palm the ball now. Come on.
Of course you can. It was made for a 4-year-old.
How could anybody think that I would throw eggs at the principal? For one thing, it's wasteful. Just think of all the omelets that could have been made.
Connie, there's only one thing you can do.
I know, don't tell me. Forget and forgive, learn and live, weave and bob, jive and chuck.
Boo! Now I gotta take the points away. You can't have Connie referencing shucking and jiving the scene after your awkward race relations joke. What are you doing? So Melissa is with Connie.
Why do they keep hanging out with Melissa again?
This is a very good question, right?
Because nothing but problems.
She's supposed to be saved, right? If you recall a few episodes ago. But listen, Connie wants to teach Ginger a lesson, right? The girl that spread the unbelievable rumor, a lesson she will never forget. And Melissa says that they need to fight fire with fire. Like, listen, I have seen this movie before, and this is how Connie and Melissa end up with a dead girl in their trunk after she chokes on a Jawbreaker. You ever seen Jawbreaker?
Oh, no.
Oh, you should see it. 1990, one of 1999's best dark comedies.
Oh, okay.
But as the girls plan their revenge, we head to the park where Doug and Lee are engaging in a very BDSM coded game of one-on-one basketball.
Yeah, victory. How does it feel, Lee? Finally lost, huh?
Hey, man, it's first time I played with my right hand tied behind my back. It's usually my left hand. Can you tie me?
Sure. Hey, listen, I was thinking maybe this time I could just tie one of your feet up like this. You think that'd be okay?
Yo, Collins. 101 to 15, man. No hands.
No hands?
No hands.
Okay, give me the rope.
No hands, man. I mean, no hands tied behind my back.
Oh, okay. Well, I get the ball first.
All right.
Okay, give me the ball. Are your shoelaces tied now?
Doug Collins, just a really cool guy to play sports with.
I mean, if football season's over, he's got to play something, all right?
And we already saw from the camp episode that he enjoys spending some time on the old court, but he apparently can't win without cheating pretty profusely here. So this is James. This is another kid from school we've never met before. We watched about a minute and a half of the most embarrassing basketball ever being recorded as Doug can't get a leg up on James without double dribbling
because he's like 6'5".
He's like calling bogus fouls. Yeah, when it shows the shots of James. And then on top of it, like Doug standing next to him, and Blaine Bartell just looks like a child standing as this giant dude. But he's calling bogus fouls. He's distracting him. But even with Doug pulling out every sore loser trick in the books, James does beat him handily. But it's 5 after 5, and it's time to head home as Lee and Doug have to head to the Solid Rock Cafe tonight, which to Doug's surprise, James actually says, well, hey, maybe I'll stop by too. Because it turns out that James is a Christian, and this whole time he's been playing with a pocket Bible, like tucked into his waistband, which honestly is the most impressive part of this whole thing, as he's wearing sweatpants.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Bible and the sweatpants aside, are these guys too cool for Doug?
Oh, 100%. Are you kidding me? Like, yes. There's no world in which anybody at this school is not too cool for Doug outside of Clarence.
Okay.
Clarence is the one person that feels natural with Doug because Doug feels like he's punching down all the time. Everybody else is like, it's like
these guys seem
Doug's
cool. Like, I don't have a problem with James. And what did you say the other? Lee.
Yeah. So no, I mean, listen, we don't know the most about James and Lee. We're going to learn a little more about James.
That's true. That's true. They could be dorks.
They could be dorks. But at the same time, yeah, they seem a little too cool for Doug Collins. Doug's punching above his weight here for sure. Meanwhile, back at home, Connie is looking for advice from Mom, but being evasive, especially once Mom makes it clear that she wants to know whose mother to call and rat out about this whole rumor situation, right? And then Doug comes downstairs telling Dad all about his new friend.
So anyways, Dad, James is a really nice guy. I mean, he loves God. He even said he was going to come to the Rock on Friday night, but he didn't show up. I guess something came up. I'll see him at school today and find out why.
Yeah. Did you beat him?
No. I beat Lee, though, the shorter guy, really bad.
Well, son, you should have taken James' right hand and tied it right behind his back.
Why is this the go-to?
Hey, you got time for a quick game before you go to school?
Sure, you do.
See your right hand?
We're going to tie you
No
up,
blindfold
son.
this time.
No blindfold this time.
Way too kinky. This is so Dad and Doug head outside for some before school sexy basketball time.
Let me ask you this about Connie's situation.
Yeah.
She is not in trouble.
No.
There's
not at this stage.
She's not in trouble, I don't think, at all this episode.
No. We'll get to that.
But like, as of right now, this rumor is flying around. There are no consequences.
No.
Being thrust upon her that she feels like she's being like unfairly treated in that regard, like as an authority.
As we will see, Connie is sort of a passenger in her own life, and
she doesn't have a lot of.
There's not a lot of agency going on here.
Just wanted to like kind of set that as like, she's not in trouble.
No,
her parents aren't mad. They
not in
believe
trouble.
her.
Nobody's mad.
Like there's literally no reason for her to be upset about this in any way, shape, or form.
Mom does want to know where these rumors are coming from, so she continues to pressure Connie for the deets. And she finally kind of gets it out of her, right? That it was this girl Ginger that did this, but like she's like guessing a whole bunch and is able to put it together. Like this whole episode's very weird because the idea is that Connie is not really telling anybody anything. She's being very cagey, even at the dinner table, is like, so let's say A told a rumor about B, and then C, D, and E all found out about it and spread it to F, H, G, H, you know, like the whole alphabet, the whole thing, right? So it's a very like, oh, she's trying to like talk to her mom about it, but doesn't want to come forward with the details. So Mom starts guessing and guesses correctly that it's like, oh, it's this girl Ginger at school.
Who could have thought?
But finally, Connie comes forward with some details, or at least Connie's understanding of what happens, as she tells Mom that Ginger told everyone that she threw an omelet at the principal, which is not. Anyways,
that's not true.
Moving on, Mom can sympathize that she had something similar happen back when she was a kid.
Oh, I know that makes you mad when somebody tells a lie like that. I know it makes me mad. That happened to me one time when I was in school. This girl told this really big lie about me.
What did she say?
She said that I wanted to break into her house and that I almost beat her up. It's funny now, but it wasn't then.
Well, what did you do?
I paid a man to shoot her.
So spoken like a woman that would have had the rep of breaking into someone's house to beat them up. Now, listen, this is a believable lie. I would believe that Mama Collins would break into somebody's house and beat them up. Vicky Jo Collins is giving off those vibes.
She's tough.
Young thug, right? She gives off like girl street gang vibes, right? I think. But listen, of course, that was
shooter.
it was a joke. She's not hired assassin level cool. She just turned the other cheek and ignored it, saying that's kind of all you can do in a situation like this.
Sure.
And that most people will figure out that this is a lie in due time. You're Connie Collins,
Come
right?
on.
And Connie asks, like, you mean some people will still believe it?
Why do you care?
To which Mom replies, some people will believe anything. Like, yeah, like only if only we could quantify that in some way. Like, I don't know, like, for example, what if 30% of the United States believed any insane lie they were told as long as it was coming from a rumor mongering asshole?
I don't know.
Can you imagine that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Nah, whatever. So meanwhile at school, Doug and Clarence, they're just chilling by the dugout, which where else are you going to find
Doug's
Doug? You're going to
dugout.
find Doug's dugout, who shouldn't stop by but James, who gives Doug a warm welcome, right? Like they're buds. And then Clarence is going to tell James a new joke he heard. When all of a sudden the mood shifts.
Okay, check this out. There's these two streams, right? And they're real thirsty, and so they want to go into a restaurant, but there's a sign on the door that says, we do not serve strings. And so the first one tries to go in, he goes, hey, you're a string, get out of here, kicks him out. Hi, guys, how you doing? And so you're going to love this. And so the second string says, I know how we'll go in. So he rolls around on the ground, slams his head up against the wall. He goes in there, and the guy says, hey, aren't you a string? And he goes, no, I'm afraid not. I'm afraid not. So I heard that Doug killed you in basketball.
I killed you in my dreams. Listen, James, we're having a Bible study with some of the guys in the cafeteria today. We'd like you to come.
They're wiry. You can't trust them.
What do you think, man? I thought you said he was a Christian.
I guess he's an undercover Christian, Clarence.
Fake Christian.
So the wrong friend.
So Doug, Clarence, and James here are surrounded by a group of ominous youths. One might all even call them a gang of kids.
I'll be honest, I was a little confused at first.
Yeah, what? That there was just like, oh, here's this mob.
We had no reason to think that he was part of any group.
Listen, I don't know if you noticed this.
I thought that they were all surrounded because like most of this group was like a bunch of black guys.
Yes.
I thought it was because Clarence's joke was going to turn very racist.
No, listen, I don't know if you noticed this, but they included one dorky looking white kid in a leather jacket and glasses standing directly next to James.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost as if they knew they needed to include him for plausible deniability. See, this is a story about gangs, not race.
Yeah.
Simon there is as white as a sheet, and he's in the gang. So, because the rest of this crew is entirely made up of more melanated individuals. When prior to this, I think it's possible we've seen 4 black people in the show.
I mean, that's what I was going to
Yeah, exactly. Right. So it's like you had to make it clear. This is not a race episode. We'll do that later. Don't worry about it. This is about gangs.
Yeah.
So regardless, James's whole demeanor changes the second his crew rolls up. No longer interested in the joke. He gives Doug and Clarence the silent treatment.
To be fair, that wasn't a very good joke.
And the way he's acting, who can say if he even really loves Jesus? But I guess this is why he's got to hide his Bible in his pants.
Fake Christian.
Fake Christian. Then we pop over to the girls' half of the storyline where Connie and Melissa's plan is just going swimmingly.
Ginger is seeing who? 35 years old? What? Yeah. Connie said that Ginger is 2-timing on Brock.
Jerry
She's seen
Seinfeld.
Oh, you took it away from me.
35 years old, and her mom doesn't even know.
Ooh, that's just like kissing your dad. Doesn't surprise me. The chick is so weird. Connie, did you hear what she said about you?
This is like what you'd get if you asked ChatGPT to write you an episode of Degrassi. So listen, after that, everybody says they didn't believe the rumors about Connie anyways.
Also, Dad, 35's not that old.
Are you getting defensive about this? Kind of moving on from that. No. So everybody says they didn't even believe the rumors about Connie to begin with because duh.
Obviously.
Proving Mom right. Like, whoops. Looks like Melissa is once again proving to be a less than savory influence on the Collins plan here.
You know what? I'll give...
yeah.
They did not intend this.
Yes.
They definitely did not make this episode of Family First trying to pull from it.
Yeah.
But like, it kind of feels like this should be connected with Rikua's messaging on like letting things.
Yeah, no,
right, and standing your ground.
That. You could do that.
It should be, but it's like clear that these were. He said that, and then this was made in a vacuum.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sure it was being made at the same time,
right?
So
but like,
they couldn't feed it in.
It feels like it should have been something more tied to it, but it's not.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Back on Doug's side of the peer pressure storyline, he's made it to the basketball court to get some reps in, which, wouldn't you know it, James is back and acting all friendly. Doug calls him out, kind of justifiably. He's like, if any of your friends come around, you want me to get lost? And James says, like, Doug, you just wouldn't understand. But the thing is, Doug does understand. They're a gang. And James is going to get himself killed one way or another. If he tries to leave or if he tries to stay, it's a bad scene, entirely. So then we get a jump forward at home that night. Connie's sitting awake in her room when Dad comes by to compliment her on not retaliating and fighting fire with water, Dad says. And this is like a weird scene because, again, this is like what I was saying. Like, Connie just stays silent the whole time.
Oh, yeah. She hasn't said anything for the last 5 minutes.
They just do this extended bit where Dad just starts making correct assumptions about the situation without Connie speaking a word, right? So it's like, wait, you spread rumors about her and now you feel bad? And now you want to pray for forgiveness? Oh, Lord, don't pray for Connie. Oh, now I bet you feel a whole lot better, right? It's like,
I feel like this bit only works if they're getting the wrong information from it. Right?
Or if this is like just like so much more like silly than what they're portraying this as, because we'll get to it, but like Ginger's storyline seems kind of messed up in some ways that I was not anticipating. And like it just feels like the B plot line, but like they're not really nailing it here, right? So it's a gag that makes sense for a scene that's like, hey, we know this story is not interested, but we got to do something with Connie here. So
yeah,
we'll get back to the gang storyline in a minute, but just we have to wrap up this whole Connie thing. Don't worry about it. It's
before Papa Collins leaves the room.
Yeah,
did you notice he accidentally hits her in the face?
I did not.
Like before he's going, he's like, all right, you're gonna take care of this, and he puts his arm around her like neck, and like you could tell that he accidentally did it, and it kind of like spooked her.
I didn't pull this clip because I thought that scene kind of sucked, but I'll put that in.
Well, no, yeah, because like he puts his arm around her and clearly swung his arm just a hair too fast, and kind of just like hits her in the face.
Well, I don't hate that.
And then he's like, well, time to go.
Let's wrap it up. No time for second takes. The next morning, though, we see James heading into school.
Yo, Link. Where you been, man? Man, I ain't seen you in a minute, cuz. What's wrong, man? You got some kind of disease or something? Wait, man, I know what it is. Yo, man, you think you're too good for us now, right?
Yeah, you know it's not like that, man. I've just been doing other things, man. My whole world doesn't revolve around y'all.
Yo, it better. Yo, cuz, we gotta stick together, you know what I'm saying? Somebody might get hurt. You know what I'm trying to say? Yo, tonight, Link, at 8 o'clock, at Earl's Garage, man, you be there. And bring your chain, because you are a link in this chain, man. Yo, the Mongols, we going down, right? Word, Rumbo. Yo, don't ditch, man. Be there.
So, look, I don't come from gangs, but this feels like it was written by somebody that read The Outsiders and then, like, just transposed, like, the Greasers versus the Socias.
And then I'm going to go get my bottles, and we're going to clink, clink,
clink, clink. Family first, come out to play. Collins is. Yeah, no, it just feels like we're going to have a rumble. Like, it just feels like they're taking the 50s kind of gang stuff then mixing it into 1989 in a pot here. Like, I kind of half like expected them to start dance fighting. Hey, Link. Like, so okay. They don't really get into it, but were they calling him Link like they call all the gang members Links because they're a link in the chain?
Or is it James Link?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering.
Or like,
do we see? Do we hear that at any point? Is this man named James Link?
I don't.
Jimmy Link?
I don't think.
I mean, that'd be a cool name.
I mean, yeah.
Sounds like a sausage, but it's.
But I don't.
Here at Jimmy Link's, we have the finest pork products.
Blaine only calls him James.
Yeah, he calls him James.
They more or less only call him Link.
They call him Link until the very end, which we'll see, where they call him James, and it's almost like he's like out. So we'll see. But man, I'm thinking that's what I'm wondering is of like, it's like, hey, remember Link, you're a link in the chain. Bring your chain, Link, you know, that kind of thing. Like, but they don't really get into it.
Oh, so we're just cool.
We're just left to make some assumptions. You know, it's actually kind of funny. So we've talked about this in the past. I still have my binder from when I went on the mission trip to Zambia with all of my like materials and stuff in it. It's got a chain link in there. Because that was the point, was that a chain.
What do you mean it's got a chain link?
They gave all of us a single link, like a chain link.
Just literally
it's a link. It is a link in a chain because they wanted us all to remember that a chain is only as strong as its weakest link.
You know, a chain's also only as strong as the links that are actually connected to each other.
Listen, that's not the point. The point is to remember that we were all a link in the chain. And I still have that.
Okay.
Yeah. So whatever. We'll talk about that when we get to our
mission
area.
You're still like real down bad for.
I'm DTL,
life,
baby.
then, right?
Down to Link.
Down to Link.
Down to Link.
I don't think you are.
Oh, so yeah. So, anyways, right after that, Doug comes out and invites James to come over for a movie night with Clarence and Lee. To which James responds, "Yeah, we'll see. If I'm not there, I'm dead." Oh, and Doug is just like, what's gotten into her? Meanwhile,
it's a good thing he went to go check up on him.
Yeah. Across the schoolyard, Ginger confronts Connie.
Look, Connie, we need to talk. Ginger, I'm so sorry about this whole mess. Your being sorry doesn't help bring Brock back. I mean, he broke up with me as soon as he found out. That's awful. I didn't know that. Well, how did you know in the first place? I mean, he wasn't 35. He was only 28. But that was a long time ago.
Oh, God.
I thought it was all behind me.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. He was 25 a long time ago.
Okay. So, listen, Connie, I've got the same facial expression as you, girlfriend.
Also,
what the is this story?
like, first of all, Connie should have spoken up. That should be the lesson here, right?
Yeah.
Second of all,
sure. Listen,
how is she the one being blamed for the other girls' actions now?
None of this matters because this is spinning off the rails. Ginger is in high school. This affair happened a long time ago.
Oh,
but he wasn't 35. He was 28.
Well, okay.
So we're just casually throwing in a grooming storyline here.
Oh, that's true. Because even if a long time.
This is so creepy.
Okay.
He was 28.
Because even if a long time ago, you know, you condense it to like, oh, kids, the long time ago was like a year ago or whatever.
Then whatever.
Okay.
And let's say she's
let's
16.
Say, she's about the same age as Connie.
Right. So
and Connie is a junior.
So we're going to say, we will be
16,
generous
17.
here and say 16, 17. So this girl, Ginger, was in a relationship with a 28-year-old when she was like 15, 16.
Wrong.
So yeah, this is bad. This is really bad. And even with this revelation, the story is still trying to make Connie out to be the bad guy here.
How could you possibly say that?
As Connie then says, the only person's opinion that she cares about is Jesus. So, you know, not caring about the opinion of the girl that your friend Melissa spread a vicious rumor about and then just confided a literal crime to you. So she asks for Ginger's forgiveness, but Ginger just walks away, which again, I feel like that's kind of justified. Good Lord.
They don't really resolve the story.
That's it. That's the end of that. We don't hear any more about this. That's just like,
what is there to resolve?
I guess
Ginger's allowed to be mad at her.
Ginger's allowed to be mad at her. No, I think the resolution is like, Melissa, what the hell did you do? Melissa, you're supposed to be a Christian. Melissa, why are you doing this and ruining my life?
Melissa,
I didn't want you to
call
do
the
this,
cops
Melissa.
and report this adult.
We should arrest this guy that was getting with Ginger when she was 15. This is horrible.
Hey, wait.
Yeah.
That's A plot stuff.
That's A plot. But why is this a B plot?
That's A plot stuff.
This is insane.
You got to focus on what's important.
So we get a fake commercial break to give us a little breather after that.
So that's the thing. This was interesting because they kind of did a double
A double
commercial.
ending? It's a double ending.
Well, a double commercial break, right? Because they did the family first, like, oh, here's
The
like
bumper.
the bumper or whatever. But then they also cut to the Fire by Night.
You're not wrong.
Like logo.
In a way that makes me almost wonder if there was something here.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with
Right?
you. Yes, because they had both of those things. It makes me almost wonder if like we said with the Garbage Bag Blues, it's like, was there something else that was supposed to be here? Was there something here like, join us for Winter Ski Weekend 1989, where you can meet Connie Collins, the star of Fire by Night. Like, you know,
they don't even call her Fire.
Yeah, they call her.
They don't even call her.
They don't call her Kathy Bartell. Yeah.
How else am I supposed to know her?
We get our
She's
fake.
not in any of the other sketches.
We get our fake commercial break and a time skip where we find out that James did not, in fact, go to the Rumble, but instead went to the Collins homestead for some age inappropriate movies.
What are they watching?
Clarence, it wasn't a sad ending. Quit crying. It was so sad.
Clarence, the 3 pigs got in the brick house. The wolf huffed and puffed, but he couldn't blow it down. They were saved. That's a happy ending.
It was not. What about the other 2 houses, huh? They were demolished. And who do you think's going to have to pay for them? We are, the taxpayers.
Why would the tax? Okay, let's break this down. These are private homes.
Yeah.
Why are the taxpayers paying for anything?
Listen.
Second of all,
it's Clarence flying off the handle. Let's be clear here.
they're watching Three Little Pigs.
Yeah, apparently. And James takes this as his cue to get out of Dodge.
He's like, this is much lamer.
Doug and Clarence are about to pop in.
Maybe I do want to be part of a gang.
You're right. Doug and Clarence are about to pop in the return of Winnie the Pooh, they say. And James is like, oh, yeah, no, I should go find my gang.
You know, I always found the Winnie the Pooh cartoon intro kind of sad.
Yeah.
Like maybe there's the show as a whole.
I found the whole thing kind of sad.
Like it's just kind of very like there's something melancholy about it.
Yep,
and like I just like it always kind of bummed me out a little bit.
As a kid. I agree with you. I felt the same way. Same thing with Peanuts, to be honest. Like I know that like, you know, a Peanuts Christmas is always like, you know, a staple, you know, and like I know my family loves it, but something about it just really bums me out.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just the trauma of childhood. All these kids existing where they're all really mean to each other and parents don't step in, and it just, oh God, therapy session.
Oh boy.
James thanks Doug for a good evening and heads out, only to come across his gang in the street, looking bruised and broken from the Rumble. And the leader of the gang, who we never learned his name, right? I don't think we ever did.
I don't think so.
He asks where James was tonight. And in a moment of intense threat,
oh boy,
James can only answer in one way.
But me and the boys, we're gonna bust your head. And before we're through, you're gonna be glad you're dead.
Yo, before I die, my rhyme is this. I used to see it your way. My life was a mess. Hurting people, doing drugs in the street. Too much pressure from the people I meet. You may think I'm alone, cuz, but that's not true. I got Jesus in my life. How about you?
James is dropping some bars.
Yo, I don't believe in this Jesus. He just don't exist. Some kind of fairy tale, some kind of myth. All I know is we need each other. And when one man breaks the chain, he's a dead brother.
Why are they turning this into a rap battle?
Yo, for me to live is Christ, for me to die is gain. So go ahead and kill me, cuz it's all the same. Jesus Christ died so you and I can live.
Gang and they're black. They should rap, right?
Look, man,
what I'm getting.
You know me, and I know you. You're looking for a love that's true. Well, Jesus is that love, man. It's coming from my heart. You want him, just to ask. I'll show you where to start.
That guy has a revolver.
I was gonna say that kid, that white boy's got a revolver.
Yeah, and the other white boy's got nunchucks. The rest of the gang is like, this is too weird. We're out of here.
Why are they rhyming it? Why are they? What is this, slam poetry?
This is weird. And this is not why I joined a gang. We were just beaten up. I just need to go to bed. This is too much.
I think I need to rethink my life. Maybe I'll join a church.
Like, good Lord. The leader hesitates. He doesn't go. He's transfixed by James's Jesus-centric cipher. And then James hands him his crotch Bible. If you noticed that. Yeah, I waited until you had a mouthful of water to use the words crotch Bible.
Thank you very much.
And then he walks away, and that's scene. That's the end of the episode.
They resolved everything.
They didn't do anything. So both of these stories just kind of.
And what did we learn?
Let's be real. I don't think we see any of these characters ever again. Lee, James, the gang, the white dude with the handlebar mustache and the nunchucks.
Oh man, not even Lee.
No, I don't think we see any of these people. I mean, there's Lee Wilson that comes back. But
who's Lee Wilson?
He's another black guy that's on this show. He's like the representative.
They named a different black guy named Lee.
That is another thing I wanted to bring up, is that Lee Wilson has been on this show, and now they have this character Lee where they're like, I don't know, Lee? Is that a good black guy name?
Why does it sound familiar?
It doesn't matter. So listen, we before we move on from this episode, we have a responsibility to rate the villain of this episode of Family First on a scale from 1 to 5, traditionally using the War on Terror color code scale from green to red, 1 through 5. Who is the biggest threat to the eternal souls of the Collins family, to Clarence? And I think we would include like James in this, like the close friends of the inner circle of the Collins family. Who the hell is the villain of this episode? And I'm going to be blunt here.
I think they wanted to be the gang.
They wanted to be the gang.
I mean, it's going to be a green. It's going to be one, right?
Yeah, no,
because it's not like anybody was no one was having their faith challenged.
Okay, but what about Melissa?
She was not challenging Connie's faith, though.
No, but Melissa's getting away with murder here in terms of like being just like a bad person who is also technically claiming to be a Christian.
That's true.
Also, let's put the unseen chess piece on the board here. The guy that was getting with Ginger, the 28-year-old sexual abuser.
He could be a Christian.
Listen, there's
you don't know that.
There's a lot of really gross people floating around in this episode, but I don't know.
Should he be the villain?
Sure. We can just say he's the villain, and he's a big old 5. 5. Anytime you have a 28-year-old getting with a high schooler, 5 out of 5, arrest that man right now. I don't care if he's challenging your faith or not. He's the villain. Call the cops.
Yep.
So, yes. I don't know.
I think that's unanimous.
That's unanimous. All right. So, gang leader, 1. Let's say Melissa, 3. You suck, but like not challenging anybody.
Yeah.
Pedophile, bars. 5 out of 5. You know who's James has bars. The Tulsa County Corrections Facility got bars for you, buddy.
Yeah.
28. Ugh.
Yuck.
So then we go back to Blaine for his final thoughts after Family First.
Okay. If we have to.
He starts talking about how there can be good peer pressure.
Oh, really?
When it comes from fellow Christians.
Is that how it works?
Influencing the nations. Which you might remember those as powers and principality from last time, right? Going out into the world like leaders and powers and principality and being that shining light of culture in the world. But of course, this is Fire By Nite, so they got to get a little weird with it by the end.
That literally the nations, the kings, those that are in authority will be drawn to us and we will become the influence. There is a phenomenon that has happened in America over the last couple of years. I've seen it in the beer commercials. They've introduced in this one beer company, Budweiser, a role model named Spuds McKenzie. And it's unbelievable because when I first saw Spuds selling beer, I thought, what has America come to that we are letting a dog tell us what we should drink?
What?
And then I began to think, why have young people been so consumed by Spuds?
No,
I mean, beer sales went up 21%, 21% after Spuds came on.
Drink this beer.
And kids are buying Spuds, stuffed Spuds, they're buying his posters. You can't even buy Spuds in a pet store. There's just been an explosion of excitement over this dog. And I thought, what is it? And then I began to think, you know, your dog may be the only person other than Jesus Christ who loves you unconditionally. You can throw your dog out in cold weather.
Stop there.
You know, kick him, beat him, not feed him.
No, too far.
Blaine, too far. What's wrong with you?
It's kind of shifty, but your dog can be trusted.
Okay, a couple of things.
Yeah, that could have ended a few sentences earlier.
Stop talking.
Yeah, so a couple things.
So first of all, what the Blaine? What the hell's wrong with you? Second, I hear Budweiser is woke now.
Yeah, no. So now you can't be drinking no Budweiser. No. Not that Fire By Nite wants you to drink beer anyway.
No, they don't want you doing that.
Listen, I want to ask you though: is Spuds McKenzie the dog equivalent of the Boz? the energy. It's the same.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. And like second, like I feel like it speaks to my own damaged psyche that as he started transitioning from talk of influencing the nations to what's the deal with this beer drinking dog, I felt my nervous system start
the dog wasn't
start to
drinking beer.
relax a little bit and calm down. Because like in modern times, if you're listening to a message that's like, we need to influence the nations, it's always almost inevitably followed by a list of laws that Christian nationalists want to impose upon you. And
as opposed
like,
to
people they disagree
here's
with.
this inconsequential thing for be mad about.
It's like we have to go out there and influence the nations. Anyways, this dog drinks beer. Isn't that messed up? It's like, you know, here in 1989, this bud's for you, baby. So it was a simpler time where the folks pushing Christian dominance in America were like easily getting distracted by side quests, like fixating on like He-Man and Skeletor or like Spuds McKenzie. And like, I feel like we were all better off, to be honest.
And then they caught the car.
They did. They caught the car, just like Spuds McKenzie.
And unfortunately, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Spuds McKenzie when he got out and he caught that car. R.I.P. Spuds. So, Blaine fires it back up a bit after that, though, about how we need to be influencing the world around us as Christians, and talks about a friend of his named Rick Olson, who apparently was a Christian youth speaker that Blaine knew. And Blaine makes the claim that in Rick's senior year, he brought his entire class to Christ before he graduated, which we're going to get fact checked on that, buddy.
His entire class?
But then Blaine also, yeah, good. You know what? Admire the moxie here. Blaine then has a poem that was written by Rick that he wrote upon his graduation.
You have to understand this. Before he got his high school class saved, he was a skinny, insecure high school student, but he began to have a boldness and a fervor for Christ that literally touched his senior class. And I want to read you the poem that he wrote after graduation. He said this: youthful faces, fast paces, track races, smiling braces, my high school. Heavy books, bad cooks, dirty looks, hallway nooks, my high school. Autumn walk, boisterous talk, endless
Alec,
talk,
is this moving
pictures
you?
balk. My high
It
school.
sounded familiar
Late
at
bus,
first.
Teachers fuss, coaches cuss, B+. My high school.
But
Play ball, study hall,
as it went
cheerleaders
on,
call,
It's
wrestlers
not
fall, my high
like
school.
speaking to you.
Football
No,
game,
it's not
proxy
ministering to
game,
your soul.
forgotten
What if I
name,
added like the
misplaced
music
blame,
into it
my
from
high school. English poem,
Everybody's
lavatory
Free to
foam,
Wear
bathroom comb,
Sunscreen?
broken
Would that be more
home,
inspirational?
My high school. School pin, what's in? We win. Heavy sin. My high school. No smiles.
Feel a little
heavy
more-
trials,
feel a
safety's
little more
wild,
99 to
blue
you?
files. My
Now
high
I'm
school.
feeling-
Uncertain years, youthful fears, hidden tears, unlistening years. My high school. Much dope, few cope, many mope, no hope. My high school. Christian praise. Revival
See?
days.
You just gotta pick
End
the
of
right
May,
music.
changed
You can say
ways.
anything
My
you
high
want as
school.
long as you have the
Bibles
right thing
carried,
behind
sin
it.
buried. Direction buried.
Baz Luhrmann knew that.
I like that
My
Blaine
high
got
school.
tired, so he
God
slowed
reigns.
down.
Vantage pains,
Yeah, this
cleansed
poem goes
stains,
on for a
evil
while.
wanes, my high school. Use me, I see, set free to be God's man, heaven's plan. Sin ran. You can. Your high school.
So,
I can, I will.
Yeah, you can, you will. So, anyways, I tried to track down this Rick Olson character.
Yeah.
Inconclusive because there are several guys in the ministry that go by the name Rick Olson. Though I did find one guy that sort of looks like one of the photos used in the slideshow here.
Okay.
But I'm not going to put them on blast or anything because they're on YouTube and answering questions like, why does God allow children to suffer for like an audience of about 11 people? And it just kind of bummed me out, to be honest. So Blaine prays for us, and we get one more Rick Kua video. We get the full version of one of the songs we heard earlier, No Man Will Know, about how no one will know when the rapture is going to happen. And that's ball game. So,
Well, all right.
So how are we feeling, Alec? You ready to control the crowds and influence the world for the Lord?
I'm ready for some positive peer pressure.
Positive peer
I want to be the one pressuring people.
Right.
I don't want to be the one pressuring.
That's what I'm saying.
Get
right?
out of here with
Exactly. You want to be the pressure. And I suppose I'll start doing my own influencing here with my final thought.
Okay.
Hi. We've had a lot of fun here today. A bonkers episode of Family First, some truly bizarre sketches involving mannequins, and of course, the dulcet tones of Mr. Rick Kua to tie it all together. Alec, I hope you enjoyed it most of all.
You know I did.
So why do I feel so uneasy then? There's a moment on any roller coaster where you've been buckled in. The train starts moving and then you begin your ascent up the first big hill. The clack of the chain pulling you up, reverberating under your seat. You check your harness one last time to make sure you're really strapped in before the ride starts. It's a slow process, but over time you see the hills and loop-de-loops ahead of you, and the anticipation of what's to come sends adrenaline coursing through your system. Your body is in panic mode, even though you're simply enjoying a slow, methodically paced tow up to the top of the ride. So why am I feeling this way after a fairly fun and breezy episode of Fire by Nite about a topic that we've covered about a half dozen times at this point, and one where we actually gave some amount of props to how they discussed peer pressure here? As I collected my thoughts on this month's episode, I kept hearing Blaine's final segment echoing in my head. The passion in his voice about how Christians need to influence the nations, about how we need to peer pressure the world, not the other way around. And then I started thinking about what's to come in this show. And what comes after that. Spoiler alert for episodes that we're going to be covering 4 years from now, but by the end of our run, we're going to be hearing directly from folks pressuring Fire by Nite's teen audience to eschew traditional roles in the church and instead look to politics as an arena to serve God. Don't limit yourself to being a pastor or a missionary. Aim for the judiciary or even the White House. Thinking about this fact, it's hard not to listen to Blaine's words and hear the baby steps of the nascent new apostolic reformation getting on its feet. The Seven Mountain Mandate that we've discussed in the past. The call for Christianity to control and influence culture across education, entertainment, family, business, media, religion, and government. But here in 1989, the fundamentals haven't been focus tested yet. The think tanks haven't been fully funded. Paula White is still on her first marriage. And so while Blaine is passionate here, he also gets distracted by Spuds McKenzie. There's not a fully cohesive battle plan yet. And so here we are, enjoying Rick Kua, laughing at Family First, but seeing the seeds of a movement that 37 years later has entirely reshaped the way that we interface with politics as we stand here in the shadow of America's 250th anniversary. A movement that has fully realized that peer pressure isn't just something to warn kids about as a defensive act, but a weapon that can be utilized in a quest to enact crowd control on a mass scale. We're almost at the top of the hill now. Just make sure you're buckled in. We're just getting started. Alec, where can people find you?
Bummer. You can find me on Blue Sky and on YouTube at Hollow Monster Fox. That's HOLO. Monster Fox.
Monster Fox. And of course, you can find this podcast, this Fire Pod, on Instagram, Blue Sky, YouTube, Patreon, patreon.com/thisfirepod. If you want to sign up, it's free. We're trying to build a mailing list just in case we get taken down off of this world wide web, the information superhighway. And of course, acquirethisfire.com is where you can go if you want to reach out to us. We have our contact form. You can get at us, questions, comments, concerns. We'd love to hear from you. And you know what? I want to start a call here. It'd help us out if iTunes, Spotify, wherever you rate your podcasts, give us 5 stars. If you like us, give us 1 star. If you don't like us, whatever it is, give us a rating. We'd love to hear from you that way too. Next time on This Fire,
You're going down.
Jesus! You son of God, you! It won't be that easy! This second won't happen!
Go ahead. Make my last days.
That's right. We are finally looking at an episode that we promised a couple months back. We're going to be getting deep into that masculine style of Christianity that gets your testosterone flowing, brother, as we take a look at the September 1989 episode of Fire by Nite. That's right. It's finally time for Jesus Tougher Than Nails. So until next time, I'm Steve.
And I'm Alec.
And we'll see you later.
I believe that I can, I will. Use the power, I can, I will. I am a warrior, I'll fight for you. I can, I will.
I'm President George H.W. Bush, and this has been a Crunchy Lightbulb podcast.